or maybe 2 seconds.
Uh-oh, 2.
Oh, I think we're live here. All right, and we're live here once again on In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, the pride of the Pilgrims, handsome Jackie Jones, and I'm joined by a wrestling legend, multiple-time champion, and an amazing promo man. I've been watching his promos all day, Buggsy McGraw. It's very cool to have you here.
Oh, it's nothing like being cool, is it? Huh?
That's very true. Very true.
You know, yeah, go right
my
ahead.
cool factor has risen since you're here.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, it's just, yeah, did you change clothes? I don't know.
I did. It's actually pretty cool here. I'm on Cape Cod. It really went right from summer weather to cold weather overnight, it seems.
Cape Cod. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you ever wrestle on Cape Cod?
I can't say that I have. I may have. We wrestled up there, and what is it? That's up in Massachusetts, right?
You probably Massachusetts. So you probably wrestled in Boston.
North Attleboro too. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
North Attleboro. We went to, I think it was Worcester or something like that.
Yeah, Worcester. That's out on the west of Massachusetts. I've been there, a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, did they let you out of prison?
Yeah, luckily they let me out of prison just for this show. I gotta during the pandemic, they're like, we gotta let me out of prison so I don't get COVID.
Oh, that's good. It's just, it's just as long as you're looting and you're stealing, they'll let you out of prison. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I believe, speaking of looting and stealing, my co-host is here, 1 Inch Biceps. The OIB, we'll call him.
Okay.
Are you there with us? I don't think he can hear us. So I don't think he can hear us, but we'll get to him in a minute. So we're not just here to talk about looting. I'd like to know how you broke into wrestling.
What, do you want the full story?
Yeah, we have time. I have time. Yeah. We'll go with the full story.
Well, I was a kid, and the man that lived the second house from us, he at that time was a referee. That was just one of his jobs. He used to referee matches in Indianapolis, Indiana. Usually in the smaller towns, but so and he had a son. His son was roughly my age, and every so often he would take us with him, and that was just a real thrill because I was younger. I don't know how old I was, maybe 12 to 14. I don't know, and that was just a real thrill, and you got to see all these wrestlers, and it was it was something. I mean, it was exciting because wrestling at that time in Indianapolis, Indiana, this was the late 50s. It was. I mean, it was truly hot. I mean, it was like. I mean, they drew crowds everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I suppose I got that interest, then, and I ended up later on. I decided to find someone to train me, and then that's how I started. I actually started wrestling for the Sheik.
Oh wow! Well, what was the Sheik like? Because I mean, that's quite a character.
What do you know about the Sheik? I don't know what you know.
Well, I mean, I know he ran Detroit, and I know he didn't like to be I think he preferred to be called the Sheik and around people, not his real name. And I just, I've never met him or anything, but I know stories about him.
Yeah, well, I mean, his territory was, which they, for many years, that's how they divided things up in the wrestling. The wrestling industry was, everybody would have a territory that, that you were supposed to, if you were another promoter, you were supposed to respect. The Sheik had Michigan and Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, he has some good towns there. You go down to Ohio, you got Toledo, you got Cincinnati, Dayton, you got Columbus, you got. I don't think he ran Cleveland. Although one time we did, we did some television there one time.
Mm-hmm.
But that was about it. But then,
you talk about, you go on, sorry.
Detroit, he had Detroit, you go to Lansing and, other places,
Mm-hmm.
I forget all the places in Michigan. I think we went to Flint too, and yeah.
During those times, when the territories were all and people did invade their other territories, what were some of your favorite places to wrestle?
What do you mean? Like, when I...
What were some of the best territories for you to work in?
Oh, well, like some of the best probably, I mean,
I guess
after
it depends
I got
on what you mean by best. Yeah. I guess as a wrestler, what kind of territory did you prefer? Did you prefer one where maybe you made the most money, or one where the travel wasn't as bad? I don't know. Well, what did you look for in the territory?
Well, I mean, how did you fit in? How, if you're working on top or what, and of course I had the talent always to work on top, but promoters can always control stuff, but I liked Florida, I liked New York. I was Vancouver, British Columbia. I was the man there. There's nobody that even compared to me there. I mean, not even close. Yes, in San Francisco, I liked Australia. That type of thing. Then there are a few places that I really liked.
Would you work? Yeah. Would you change your style at all depending what territory you're in? Like, would something work better, in a specific territory than it might work somewhere else?
The only thing you change your style on, for me, was whether I'm working heel or babyface.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a preference?
Oh, I always preferred to work heel, yeah.
What was it about being the bad guy? Was it just more fun?
Well, that too. You had more control. You got to. You'd have to learn how to control your crowd. Yeah, it's like it's easier to pick than to make them happy.
Right. Yeah, I know that because I don't make many people happy.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I hope. But along those lines, you said about control. I think that's more. I don't know if that's really a thing anymore. But back in the day, they said that the heels would control the match and call the match.
Oh yeah, usually did.
So I assume that would be something, they would only trust if you've been around for a while. Like it would be hard then to be a heel, I think, when you first started out because you wouldn't have as much knowledge about what works in the wrestling business.
No, it's easier. It's probably easier if you're just starting out to be, to be a heel.
When I was talking earlier to my friend James Mitchell, Father James Mitchell, I'm not sure if you're aware of him. He's a manager in wrestling. He's been around since like the '90s, and he was saying when he grew up and he would see you in the magazines in the '70s, he would. Let me get his question here. He said, in the '70s, you were feuding on top with Bruno Sammartino, and you were written about as a really dangerous, crazy guy. By the time I eventually saw you in Georgia and Florida in Mid-Atlantic TV, you were a babyface doing sort of a prototype of Rick Steiner's early NWA gimmick, kind of a syndrome lovable eccentric guy. Which persona did you prefer, and how did you go from one to the other?
I don't recall me trying to emulate.
Well, I think he meant Rick Steiner was. I think he meant Rick Steiner was emulating you. Later on in his career.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes you come into a territory, and they want you to fill a position. Mm-hmm. That they want. That they want to create, or whatever they think will work, or like if you go into certain things, if you go into a territory to work a tag team, well, it would all depend on who your partner is too. So that type of thing. It's just if you can be yourself and be what you feel is, really in you, then, that is what I prefer to do.
I know a lot of, have you ever heard of people compare the modern Bray Wyatt to a lot of your promos?
I've heard that. I think he's the son of a Rotundo, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mike Rotundo.
Yeah, Rotundo. So the grandson of Blackjack Mulligan.
Yeah.
Did you know him at all? Since I assume you knew Blackjack Mulligan, I don't know if you were around Bray Wyatt at all when he was a kid.
No, I didn't know the kid at all. I didn't, but I've heard that from, I don't know, I'd say a few people, he tried to emulate me. I've heard that about others too, that, they went on to have. But, what I created that gimmick to whereas it would be really hard to follow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you make it hard to follow, then there's no copycats. You're it.
Yeah.
The OAB is with us now. Hello, Inchman.
Hey, how's it going, Jack? Glad to be talking to Buggsy tonight. Sorry I was a little late there. I was watching a clock that was behind on time. I'm sorry.
Well, tell me your name. What's your name, Wade?
It's 1 inch biceps. How's that?
1 inch what?
Biceps.
1 inch biceps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
I'm a furious man.
No, I thought that was
like
maybe
calling a really tall guy shorty. I think because he's actually pretty powerful looking.
Well, just like just as long as it's not his wife going, you 1 inch whimper.
She might have used that one a few times.
I don't know.
So,
I don't want that 1 inch. I want the bicep there.
There you go.
So I saw early in your career you were managed by the Great Malenko. Was he one of the guys that trained you? Because I know he was a trainer, as well as being a big wrestling star.
No, he's that was back when I first began. The first time I came to Florida, I think it was 1969. Yeah, and he saw for what it was. He saw potential in me, and so I mean, he brought me under his wing. That's what happened there. So we did well though. I mean, it's like, yeah. Yeah.
Who were some of the guys like that, like the Great Malenko, that would give you advice when you were starting out?
Oh, I'm trying to think now. That's a good question. Malenko would have been one that's been. I got some advice a little bit. I'm trying to think. What's the name? Out of Texas. He died a while back. What's Murdoch?
Mulligan?
No. Oh, Dick Murdoch.
Murdoch, yeah. And, I mean, really and truly, after a while, you go on, if you have any sense, you want to make some money. I mean, you think about what you want to do. Mm-hmm. What do you want to create? You want to create something that is successful. If you're successful, you make money. You're just not in there, to say, well, I'm a professional wrestler. I'm on the road. Oh boy, after a while, who cares? It's like, I mean, you want to do something. You want to be successful. That's what I wanted to be. It's not just, how much, you living the life, of a professional wrestler, and but what I would tell a lot of the younger guys too, I said, or other people, just in general, I said, professional wrestling is a profession that, unless you really liked it, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because it could be a bitch, Go ahead.
We have a question kind of going along in the money line from one of the listeners out there. They want to know, which territory did you make the most money in?
Well, it's let me see. I did well in Florida. I mean, you have to relate to the time period you're in too, because the money wouldn't be the same in the 70s as it is now.
Oh yeah.
So, Florida, New York, Vancouver. Yeah, it was just, also I did well working for Watts. Watts had Oklahoma, Louisiana, and parts of Missouri.
What were your thoughts on Bill Watts? Because he's kind of a polarizing guy. There's some people who really like Bill Watts, and there's a lot of people who don't think of him very fondly.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and knock him. I mean, he got, I mean, you hear stories, but you can't always believe everything you hear. That's for damn sure. But overall, I got along with him. But he was not somebody that I don't know. It's just he had his ups and downs in life too. And I remember one time we got stuck in Arkansas. There were about 3 of us. The car broke down. There were no air flights. There were no trains. and we couldn't even find a cab to take us into Tulsa. So like, I had to call him up, and he had to come. Yeah, he had to fly in his own plane to come. He had to come after us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I forget the town that we were in, but anyway, so he flew there. We go over there at the airport, and I look at him and I say, Bill, I'm so glad you didn't have anything else to do today. I don't think that, well, I don't think that went over well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. When you were in Florida, what was it like to be in the ring with Dusty Rhodes? Because that's like at the epitome of, at the top of his popularity is Florida Championship Wrestling.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like when I first. Okay, this is 1979.
Mm-hmm.
This was the second time I was in Florida,
okay.
And I was in there, and Eddie Graham hired Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
What's you know
Rogers.
who I mean? Buddy Rogers. There you go.
Yeah.
And I had heard stories about Rogers, and especially from Bruno. Bruno didn't like Rogers at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at all.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and I didn't trust Rogers at all either. I mean, I could see that, he was not the man for the job. But a long story short, I mean, if you want to hear the whole story, it could take a while. But anyway, a long story short, he got fired.
Uh-huh.
And Eddie Graham, he hired Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
And the territory popped. So see, Rogers wasn't in there that long. I'd say he was probably in there maybe 6 weeks. Or at the most 8 weeks, you know what I mean? But when Dusty Rhodes came in, and I mean, he had some guys like myself. There was the Viking, there was Leroy Brown, Nikolai Volkov. We were like the heels, and it's like, and who else? Trying to think who else. And of course they had the Briscoes there. But anyway, it's like, I mean, things just popped. That was the best. That year, 1979, that year, we either sold out every show we went to or we packed it, almost sold out. That's unheard of. The whole year, night after night, and considering which you don't see anymore at all, because it's it would be next to completely impossible to do nowadays. But see, we ran the same 4 towns. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The same 5 towns. Every week. So Sunday night was Orlando. Monday was West Palm. Tuesday was Tampa. Wednesday, Miami, and Thursday, Jacksonville. We ran those towns every week. And we're selling out week after week after week. And, we're either, we're even having a packed house or a complete sellout. The whole year, this was like, everybody was having a good time, you know what I mean?
When you're the bad guy versus like a Dusty Rhodes being so popular, was that dangerous at all? Like, did fans ever try to do anything to you?
Well, now you're getting into something right there. It's I guess I'm not your average individual when it comes to like, because I was in some major riots.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about major riots. If you want to hear one, I'll give you one. Yeah, I mean, this was like, I mean, this hit the newspapers and the cops got hurt and everything. So we're in Hollywood, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Down there, the Hollywood, they call it at that time, the Sportatorium.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, and it's a big place, and if it's completely packed, it holds roughly 20,000 people. Well, they were only using half of it, but so we had a crowd. The crowd was roughly 7,000 people, right? And I'm there with Sonny King. You know who that is?
I know the name. Might be before my day, but I definitely know the name.
Well, he's a black guy, with Sonny King.
Actually, yeah. Actually, I think we had him on the show. Yeah.
He wrestled in New York. He wrestled in Florida. I got along with him very, very well. So we're out there by the curtain because this is what they did was they drew the curtain. They chopped off half of the arena by using this curtain. The curtain is roughly 50 feet high, and it's over 100 feet. About 150 feet long. And it's a black curtain. So anyway, we're working heel, but we're standing out there, myself and Sonny King, at the edge of the curtain, and we're watching the matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so so there's some guy at the top of the stadium up there, way up there in the bleachers. I mean, what I'm talking about, you're 50 rows up, way up there. And he sees the Sonny King, right?
Yeah.
So he stands up and he yells, "Hey, nigger!"
No, jeez.
So Sonny could get hot in a real hurry. So Sonny boy charged up the aisle and then up the stairs. He had to climb all the way up those stairs, roughly 50 rows of stairs, right? Charged up the aisle, then up the row of stairs. He gets to the guy and punches him. Bang! And then he comes back down, and he comes over to me again. And by now, here comes the guy and his friends and other people. I mean, we got a big time riot on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
So we see this curtain, the black curtain, about 100 feet of it starts to rise up in the air. Here comes at least 200 people, and they're coming for us, myself and Sonny King. Mm-hmm. So Sonny, he grabs a metal pipe. I grab like a 2x4.
Oh yeah.
So we start to swinging. I mean, we're swinging at these people and we're trying to hit them because we know if they get us down, they're going to try to seriously hurt us. And we're swinging and swinging at the same time. Yes, at the same time, we're heading towards the dressing room. Yeah, we're backing up and backing up and backing up and backing up, but we're still swinging, And these people are coming, and they trample on the cops. They knock the cops down. They trample on the cops. We finally get to the dressing room. Thank God it was a metal door. We go in that dressing room and we lock the door. Boy, and they're pounding on the door trying to get in. They can't get in because it's a metal door. Yeah, but that caused a lot of problems,
Mm-hmm.
But that was good.
How long did you have to hide into the dressing room before they calmed down?
Oh, I don't know. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, I don't know if they called in extra police or not. I don't know, because we're in the dressing room and it's like, I mean, it's like there was a huge amount of people that were coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, but I was in other riots too, you know, it's like, and what I say about riots is riots are one of two things. They're either very exhilarating or they're very fearful. So, yeah, you got to take the challenge. You know what I mean? If you got a riot, what are you going to do? You got to fight or run, you know, so you know, like, many times I choose to fight. And when you choose to fight, many times they will turn and run.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they will. Because they figure, you know, we have a group of people here, we'll charge you and you'll run away. No, man, when you stand your ground, mm-hmm. Yeah, they decide, I think I'll try this later, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Sunday after church or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah.
What would the promoter's response to be to a riot? Because like you said, it could be exhilarating or fearful. And so I would think for the promoter, it could be one of two things, like, things are going bad. Or it could also be, wow, these guys are, you know, really got the crowd hot. So this is a good thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, there you go. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. The only thing with a riot is that they don't want to, you know, they want to avoid lawsuits.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like, I mean, they realize there's times, you know, that you can have a riot and, you know, it's like, you know, I saw a riot one time up in New Hampshire, I believe it was. The city was Keene.
Okay.
New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever heard of that city.
Mm-hmm.
And we're a tag match, myself and the Russian bear. What's his name? Ivan Koloff?
Yeah.
Ivan Koloff, and we faced Tony Parisi and his partner. I forget his name. But he was out of Toronto or Quebec or someplace like that. I forget his name. And so anyway, I'll try to shorten it up for you, but anyway,
it's fine.
I had been, okay, I'll tell you that. I had been told before by people, by other wrestlers that have been hurt, you know, in riots and all of that. And they, you know, this one guy told me, he said that, you know, if they use a razor on you, you can't really feel it until later.
Yeah,
because because it's slicing you, you know. So you can't. I mean, it's not like a blunt trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in Keene, and let's see. I was in the ring, and I tagged out to Ivan Koloff, and I'm on my knees in the corner. You know what I mean, or close. So all of a sudden, I feel on my shoulder. You know, I mean it feels like there's somebody kind of, you know, they're slapping me on the shoulder or something, you know, lightly. Mm-hmm. And I thought about what that other wrestler had told me before, and I thought, oh my God, I'm getting sliced with a razor. I mean, I was in, the adrenaline hit. And I raised my arm, and I went back, and I pulled this guy over me with one arm. I flipped him, boom! I mean, quick, dude. Mm-hmm. I flipped him over. He hit the ground. Well, Ivan Koloff had turned around and watched this. when Ivan saw the guy hit the ground, or the mat, Ivan came in and started kicking him in the head. And he kicked him 3 times in the head. Bang, bang, bang. And the kid, so rolled out on the floor. And he was hurt. Well, come to find out, the kid was 16 years old. He was retarded, and he had a broken arm and a sling.
Mm-hmm.
And when the people saw that, they came up. I mean, they came up on that one.
Oh, I imagine.
I mean, Ivan kicked him in the head. Bang! 3 times. Hard, too. And the kid rolled out on the floor and he's moaning and going, oh, So here came the people. Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, that's the type of things that happen. There you go, So you got to be, if you're not willing to fight, the only thing you can either hide or die.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? Come on.
Yeah.
Very true. Another question, Inchman, from the Facebook or chat room.
Aaron Beck. This is changing topics a little bit, but he's like, I'm sure he's talked about this a million times, but what was it like to pull off Kerry Von Erich's foot?
What was it now?
What was it like to pull off Kerry Von Erich's foot?
Hood?
His foot.
I actually think that story is Colonel De Beers. I think you might have you confused.
Oh,
I think so.
Bad
but
question.
That's someone sent that in. But yeah.
Oh man, Mr. Beck, you're on my list.
I'm pretty
now.
sure that was Colonel De Beers in the AWA who was wrestling Kerry Von Erich and pulled the boot off and exposed that Kerry Von Erich was missing the foot.
I tell you that Buggsy, he's got.
About that.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. My apologies, but I do admire your attire that you wear to the ring. The stovetop hat you got. Do you still have that one?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, excellent, Jack.
I wear a top hat at times. I don't know if I'm as cool. I know, yeah. I wear a lot of cool hats. I don't know if I wear it as well as Buggsy, but I do appreciate the top hat.
Mm-hmm.
But where did the idea for the top hat come about? Like, when did you decide, hey, this will be an interesting piece of attire for me to wear to the ring?
I thought it up. I thought it would be kind of unusual. You got to separate yourself. If you want to be something in professional wrestling, you got to separate yourself from the herd. Come on, you got to be. You want people to focus in on you. So that was just something I thought, boy, that would be cool to have, and it was.
I agree. Yeah. I think that goes not just in wrestling, but in anything, any type of, especially show business or anything, is to separate yourself. You have to stand out, and I think it's harder now. Do you, today the majority of the promos are scripted. Do you think that would have been possible to have someone else write for you, or really any of the people from that time? Like, could someone else sit down and write a Buggsy McGraw promo for you to then memorize and repeat on television?
No. Period.
Yeah.
No, I did my own stuff.
Yeah. Did you have a process I assume a lot of? Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was just wondering, like, did you ever think about like what you were going to say, like, on the road or anything? Maybe some just like some verbiage or anything, or was it all just spontaneous when you were in front of the camera?
No, I would many times, well, I probably, I don't know the percentage for sure, but let's say 50-50, because I did spend a lot of time on my own when I would think up some interviews,
Mm-hmm.
And then other times, you just walk out there and when you're feeling good and you're feeling, like you've got that, what's the word I'm looking for?
Adrenaline?
Well,
maybe?
Well, that too, but I mean, when you're just, when you're having a lot of confidence,
Okay.
And that's the type of thing that you had to have on the interview, because you got to, really and truly, a lot of guys don't understand, but you needed, in professional wrestling back then, you needed that interview to help you draw money. But at the same time, if you're going to be really successful, you had to use that interview and then use your stuff in the ring. But the interview would have to match what you do in the ring.
Right. Otherwise, people would catch up on that, like, oh, he's saying this, but it never happens.
No.
But if you back it up, then it's like, oh, he's saying this, and I've seen him do this before, so maybe he's going to do it.
No, not exactly. It's got to be your persona.
I see.
Your persona. If they think, if they think you're crazy and you act normal all the time, they'll be going, he ain't so crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do things in the ring that can match your persona, really. That's what it is. And so that's what I did. Is you do things that, that would make you stand out. Because one thing I learned early on, if people thought you were crazy, more than likely they'll never attack you.
Yeah.
That's good advice. Yeah. So since you were such a good promo guy, but you'd have managers at different times, what would their role be? Because usually the manager, is like the mouthpiece.
Well, it would just all depend. It would all depend on, where you were. If you were wrestling in San Francisco, if you're wrestling in Texas, you're wrestling in Florida, New York. When you went to New York, they had 3 managers. When I was there, they always had the same 3. They had Ernie Roth, Lou Albano, and Fred Blassie.
Mm-hmm.
And that, they were using the manager system. And, they thought that this helped them and that it would draw money. So that's usually what they did, so, but, you had other guys too, but, they kind of depended on the managers, but then they would let you talk if you wanted to talk and if they thought you could really handle it,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever work for Vince Jr.? I know you worked for Vince, Senior in the WWF.
No, I never worked for Junior.
Did you ever talk about going to the WWE WWF once he took over in the early 80s?
Did I what?
Was there ever any talks for you to go there when he took over and he was, it started to go national?
It's kind of a long story, but I thought I had a chance to go back there in the late 80s, I guess it was. Yeah. Yeah. And I got myself in really great shape and I was looking good in shape, and I knew, at that time, what's his name? Pat Patterson. And so I saw him at one of the arenas in Tampa. And I asked him, I said, I'd like to come to New York. I said, could you help me at all? And right at first, he got all excited. He goes, oh, yeah. He said, you'd really fit in here. You'd do very well. He said, you call me Monday at the office. We'll set this up. Well, I did. I called him Monday at the office. Well, he's not available. Well, then I called on Tuesday. He's not here right now. And then I called Wednesday. And no, he's not here. Then I called a week later. No, he's not. So I don't know what happened, but, it didn't work out.
That's too bad. Did you, when you're talking to Patterson, was there any thoughts of like a different character? Because, they would take even established guys and make them into a different character. Did it ever get that far to like talk about like any type of character you'd be?
No, not really, no.
Yeah, I think you would have fit in there too. Plus, I'd have a Buggsy McGraw action figure if you would have been in the WWF, which would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think of the WWF? Because it's a little, it's more character driven than a lot of the territories, but at the same time, you always had a character, and so I don't know if it was something that did you like that type of wrestling?
What type of wrestling? I don't know what you're asking.
The style that was going on in the WWF, where it had more character driven and they were making toys. Did you like that style of wrestling?
That's not a style. That's not a style at all.
Okay, well, did you like that presentation of wrestling?
Listen, if they think you can draw money and you show them you can draw money using your style, they go to run with it. That's your bottom line. They may have a style, but you go in there and show them, look at me, look at what I can do. Boom. Yeah. They're going to forget all that other styles crap and go, you do your thing. You're the man, because they can see that you can draw money. It's just like, it's just like when football or other sports, you can tell when somebody has it. See?
Yeah.
So they may use a thing that you're calling style to try to fit an overall big picture to help them draw money, because they use this. The reason they use that was very simple, because, like, for instance, what I told you before about when we were there in Florida for 1979, and we had all that success, and we were in the same 5 towns every week. See, to do that, you got to be good. To draw money and run the same town, all 5 towns every week, and draw big money every week, you better have some talent, Jack. You better have some real talent, because otherwise, see, when I knew what was happening with Vince, now Vince comes to Tampa maybe twice a year, and he makes it a happening. Oh, the WWE or whatever they call themselves is coming to Tampa, and they list all the guys, and that's why when you're using the word style, it's like a mosaic. They're fitting you into a big picture. We're going to have so-and-so and Joe Blow and Blow Jojo and Jojo Momo and this guy and this guy and this guy. See? And we're coming to Tampa. And see, they don't come every week. If they came every week, they wouldn't draw anything. And then you go because you're going to see all these various characters. But believe me, without a doubt, if you show them like if you walk in that office and go, let me have a chance, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to be something that draws money, and serious money.
Yeah.
Just let me have a chance. Believe me, you're going to get the chance because that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be anything but what you see as making money. In other words, there's a lot of facets to that, a lot. It's the way you walk. It's the way you talk. It's the way you handle yourself. It's the way it's the way you get heat. I mean, it's the, there is nothing. This is what will cause a riot. There is nothing in professional wrestling that compares to a vicious heel. Nothing. You have a vicious heel, and believe me, you can get serious heat and cause riots.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the secret is, if there is a secret, to being a great heel?
Well, I don't know about any secrets, but all you got to do is think about it. That's what I want to. That's what I did. Listen, it's very interesting. Well, I say interesting, and listen, when people when they talk about wrestling, the WWE and all of that. Okay. And and what they show on the TV, which I don't watch anyway, because I don't even know these guys. And many times they show the women, and it's like, I mean, who cares about that? You know what I mean? There's nothing like a confrontation between two men that they believe are really pissed off at each other. So anyway, I mean, even the women, they're women wrestlers,
mm-hmm.
and the men. Most of these people are good performers, if not great performers. Oh yeah, I sometimes see them in I mean, they move. They're up and down. They get with the program. But here comes the big old ugly bud there,
Mm-hmm.
with the toilet paper hanging out, Anyway, but there's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a great performer, and a great performer will entertain you for the moment, and they're good. I mean, they're exciting. Yes, I agree. They have talent, they have potential, but there's two kinds. There's performers, and then there's workers. Performers will entertain you for the moment. A true worker will make you believe. Big difference. Huge difference.
Interesting. Do you think that's possible to do today, with so much of wrestling being exposed? Like, could you have someone who still gets people in to that degree where they would, people would come and well, you can't even sell out arenas now because you can't have arenas, but could you, is it possible to have someone like that today that would still get people interested in modern wrestling?
Well, now that in itself is a loaded question, but if I had to answer it just quickly and simply, I'd say yes, you could.
Mm-hmm.
Until the promoter ruins it. You get a heel that really knows how to be vicious and makes people believe. And the promoter lets him alone and not, having him do all kinds of weird crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very possible. But you usually, when you go into these large organizations, there's a lot of people want to put their finger in the pie. Well, I think he needs to do a little bit of this, and then maybe he shouldn't do that, and maybe we could add maybe we'll throw in a midget, and maybe well, crap, let the guy that's having the real success as a true worker, let him alone. Let him go in there and work. See, I don't know what they do nowadays. Like I say, they have good entertainment, and like I say, most of those guys are they're great performers. I mean, I agree. They look good. They go up and down over the top rope. Yeah, they're good. But the big thing when you make, you see, you'd hardly. There's many times that a worker hardly has to do anything to make you believe. Why? You got to ask why. Anybody would ask why. You know why? Because he believes it. That's what you got to do. He believes it. Just like I said before, if people think you're crazy, you think they're going to charge the ring on you? That ain't going to happen. Because they're afraid that you'll go crazy on them. And what are they going to do? The average individual is not prepared to go to war. War can be hell. Yep.
Here in the chat room, Stephen Butler says, I used to watch Tony Cannonball Parisi as a kid every week here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Do you have any memories of working in Canada?
Me? In Canada? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I spent a couple of years in Vancouver.
Okay.
Vancouver. So here's a good story for you. Vancouver, their TV program, their wrestling program, went all the way across Canada. So that means all of Canada saw the wrestling program I was on. Okay. So it just so happened, I mean, this is not something that I planned or nothing. It just so happened that they wanted to find out, because when they put the program on that went, to say, we're going to run your program all the way across to Canada. So they wanted to find out how successful it was. So they went in and they took a survey. And they asked people all the way across Canada, who is the number one star on the television that you recognize the most, or that you have the most interest in? There was a guy, if you remember a show called the YE50, Jack Lord?
Yep.
You remember that or not?
Yeah, definitely.
You do. I mean,
yes.
That's an older show, from the 70s. So, but Jack Lord was, he was the number one most recognized, yet television star in Canada. Who do you think was number two?
A wrestler, I assume.
Buggsy McGraw.
Man, you're as quick as a fart.
He smells like
well, they
one
sneak
too,
up on you sometimes.
Yeah, it was me. I was number two,
awesome.
the most recognized celebrity in Canada. I was number two. I wasn't number one. It was Jack Lord, but I was number two.
Mm-hmm. You should have took out Jack Lord. You should have put him in the ring. Show him who's number one.
Yeah, it should have
Bob.
slapped it. Yeah, go ahead.
Bob, I was going to say Bob Johnson, who set this up. He actually wanted me to ask if you ever spent much time with Stu Hart in Canada.
That was my second territory that I ever went to for Stu Hart, and and the Sheik. When I was wrestling for the Sheik, I spent about a year with the Sheik, and then he said, "I want you to go on the road for a while, and then I'll bring you back." Anyway, he sent me to Calgary. Wow, Calgary. At that time, it was one of the worst. Well, I'll tell you exactly. It was the worst winter they had in the 37 years. Oh my God, it was cold. It was so cold and so much snow, and the money was horrible. And the trips were long, real long. But I met Stu. The first time I ever met Stu Hart, he comes in the dressing room. He looks at me, walks over, he grabs my arm with his hands and goes, big fat arm, and walks away. He doesn't say hi. He doesn't go, "I'm Stu Hart." He doesn't go, "I'm the promoter." He just goes, big fat arm. That's how I knew Stu Hart. So, you know.
That's a hell of a story.
Yeah.
Did you get to know him? Did he get to know you better than just having a fat arm as you worked there?
I wasn't there that long. I was there probably about 6 weeks. I couldn't take it.
Oh, okay.
It was too extremely cold, and the payoffs were like horrible. Well, you know, they weren't drawing any money anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The number one heel there was what was his name? Archie Goldie, the Stomper. I don't know if you heard of him or not.
The Stomper. Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mongolian Stomper. Yep.
Yeah.
I think someone picked him as the best wrestler of Canada. I remember on a WWE show, and Pat Patterson was just dumbfounded. He couldn't understand why someone would think he was the best wrestler out of Canada.
Oh, I don't know either. I mean, it's like, Archie looked good. You know, he looked good. He had a good physique. He was trim. What I can't recall a lot. I don't know what his work was like. I can't really recall. I worked with him once or twice when I was leaving the territory, you know, because I was on my way out, so they wanted me, you had to put him over. Mm-hmm. And I did. But, you know, I mean, Archie looked good, and I'm not going to say anything negative because but that's just the way it was.
Yeah. Urias here in the chat room, he wants to know, how did Buggsy like working down under in Australia?
Oh, I enjoyed Australia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I went. Oh, that's a big story too. Oh my God. Oh,
hopefully there's a ride.
It's like anyway, Jim Barnett was getting ready to close the territory anyway because they weren't drawing anything. So they bring me in, and I had been wrestling about a year and a half, and I came in from San Francisco. I had been working for Roy Scher. Anyway, so I go there, and they don't have a lot of guys in the territory. So I'm doing 1 hour Broadways every night with Mario Milano.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided, we drew some, but nothing, huge at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could work, but I wasn't the worker I was, back when I went to Florida the second time at all. So, but anyway, they brought in Cox. They brought in
Cox, yeah.
Killer Cox. They brought in Calhoun. They brought in the Japanese guy. What is that guy's name? The Japanese guy. What is that?
Antonio Inoki?
No. This kid was in the Olympics and everything.
I'm not sure.
He also worked in Florida too. What was his name? I'm trying to figure.
Not Great Kabuki. That would have been Texas, I
No.
guess.
No. Not Kabuki. But, I'm trying to think of some other guy. But, they brought in a few guys. What was his name? Tex McKenzie. You know who he is?
Yeah, actually, no. Yeah, he's... I know. I know the name, but I know who he is. Yeah, he's a little bit before my day, but I know who he is.
Yeah, they brought him in. And, so then, so things started to pop, And then, too, they brought in this one, they had Italian wrestlers and some Greek wrestlers because they had a large, in Australia at that time, they had a lot of Italians and they had a lot of Greeks. Mm-hmm. So things started to move, So that was good. So I always hung out with Carl Cox because I was really green, really and truly. I was green. I could take a lot of bumps and I could fly. I could do all kinds of stuff, but I was green.
Yeah.
So I did everything that Carl told me to do, and Carl was a master worker. Master. Mm-hmm. He was a true master. Yeah. Yeah.
There's some more questions here. Jay wants to know, what were your thoughts on TNA and your time there? How did that come about when you worked for TNA, which that wasn't that long ago?
Oh yeah. I went in. What was the guy's name that ran the shows?
Jeff Jarrett.
Jarrett was there, no, but the other guy,
Vince Russo, maybe.
There you go, Vince Russo. Mm-hmm. So I had some friends that were working there, so they set it up to whereas I could talk to Vince Russo. So I went in, and I talked. A long story short, I talked to Vince Vince Russo, mm-hmm. and he let me talk and explain, and I got myself in shape too, mm-hmm. And he looked at me. He looked at me and said, he actually said this right to my face. He said, "I wish my wrestlers had the enthusiasm that you do," and he hired me.
Excellent.
And then,
well, that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
And then, so what that woman that had the controlling interest of that, her
Dixie
Carter.
Dixie, yeah, Dixie. There you go. Well, anyway, they weren't drawing, and they were going to use me as a manager, and we were going to form this new tag team. Anyway, they weren't drawing, so they ended up they fired roughly 40 people. And I was one of the 40, but I was only there for 3 months. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, it's just like, but, they had potential, they had potential. They had some good guys there. At that time, what's his name, that were working there at the same time? The guy out of the Olympics. What was his name?
Oh, Kurt Angle.
Kurt.
Yeah, he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had
a lot of great talent throughout the years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had Kevin Nash was there.
Yeah, I think Mick Foley was probably there at that time.
Yes, you're right. That's right. I forgot about. Yeah, I mean he's really talented. And then there was Jarrett. What was his first name?
Jeff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jeff was there. He was good. I mean, he had talent. And I don't know. That was
even a lot of the younger guys who went on to do really well in WWE, like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, would have been there.
Yeah, they were there when I was there. That was 2009.
Mm-hmm.
When I was there was 2009.
Yeah, the company, throughout in the early days, there was a lot of buzz for TNA Impact, and then not really so much anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't follow wrestling. I don't follow, like I say, I don't watch the, because most of the time, I mean, half the time, when I say, I mean, roughly half the time when I'm flipping through the channels and I see this on, they're usually just talking, So I go, and besides what I told you before, I don't even know these guys. I don't know who they are, and so forth and so on. And then they have these other shows too. What was that new group that's out of Jacksonville?
AEW.
I don't know.
Yeah, AEW. AEW.
Yeah. I don't watch them. I saw one show of theirs, and they had a couple of Mexican guys that could fly like they're like birds. They were, and and they opened the show with these guys, and I mean, these guys were like, they were going all over the place, and they were truly exciting, But how many times can you fly over the top rope and hit the ground, and you get up and you do it again and you do it again? It's like, well, that didn't hurt him. That didn't hurt him. Nothing hurts him. But but it's exciting. But sometimes, see, that's the difference between performers and workers. Sometime down the road, the average fan, whether the fan realizes it or not, he does have a brain. And it's going to hit him somewhere, and he'll think, how many times did that guy go over the top rope and hit the floor and got up? 2, 4, 6, 10, 12. And then, he's going to think, well, it's like, there's your difference.
I would think that would just, I would also think that just makes it harder for you as a wrestler if you're doing all those dives, and getting up all the time. If you just did 1 or 2, even in a match, and made it a big deal, you wouldn't have to hurt yourself as much throughout the match.
Well,
I think they're just making it harder for themselves.
Well, yeah, but they don't realize it. They're taking their performance as a way to make their character and then make their money. Make your character. Like, I mean, when I told you before, so hold on. Carl Cox. Oh my God, Carl Cox was a true master. I mean, Carl Cox could do next to absolutely nothing and cause a riot. No, yeah. But see, he's a worker. He'd have people so pissed off, and And I'd be going, but he hasn't done anything yet. And people are like going crazy. Well, but I learned from him.
Mm-hmm.
I learned from him. Like one time I went to Houston. What's the guy's name? Don something. Don Diamond?
Not sure.
You probably never heard of him. Well, Don Diamond was in Florida before. He usually worked in the middle of the card, so they used to fly me into Houston. So I'm working with Don Diamond. So I said, Don, just listen to me. Well, Don, you know, he knew how to work some, you know. He goes, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We get in the ring. Excuse me again, I'm coughing or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
We get in the ring, and this is not an exaggeration. They ring the bell, and for 10 minutes, because they're calling out the time every 5 minutes, you know. They're calling out the time. For 10 minutes, Don Diamond and I never even touched. Not one part of our bodies are touched. And people are up out of their chairs screaming. How do you do that? You do that by knowing who you are as a worker. That's how you do it. 10 minutes, we haven't even touched each other. Not once, not even, you know. And people are up out of their seats and they're pissed off and screaming. And that's how, you know, that's working.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we never left our feet. We never got out of the ring. We just spent 10 minutes like we're about to, and, you know, it's knowing what to do, how to do it, and when to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like I told you, a great performer will entertain you for the moment. A worker will make you believe. Big, you don't understand that, I'm sure. I'm quite sure you don't understand that. Big difference. Big, huge difference. Huge difference. That's like, you know, that's like comparing, for instance, like, I don't know, some half-ass actor that's on the television with Al Pacino. Al Pacino, because I watch him sometimes, and it's like, he makes you believe. I mean, when he wants to. I mean, he reaches out, he grabs you by the collar and goes, come here. You're going to like what I do. That is believing in yourself and what you're presenting. That's, you know, but there's other actors up there, you know, I mean, they can act, they can, you know, they can present a good show, but, you know, what I used to tell a lot of the younger guys, I said, listen, you want to be the kind of wrestler that when the fans are driving home after the matches, the one person they're talking about is you. Then you know you got them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Steven here in the chat, he wants to know, did you ever read the After magazine articles about you?
The what? What?
The Bill Apter, like if Bill Apter would write about you in like Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
I may have read one or two years and years and years ago. I haven't read anything in probably decades.
Mm.
If you know, he, as far as I know, he was a good guy, you know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the same one I'm thinking of, you know.
Yeah. Well, along those lines, why I asked that, because you were talking about AEW, and one of the teams there, the Young Bucks, they call their finisher the Meltzer Driver, which is named after Dave Meltzer, who does the Wrestling Observer. I just want to know your opinion on Dave Meltzer, and also the idea of a wrestler calling their finishing move off of, a wrestling journalist who writes, like a kayfabe newsletter.
Well, I'm not that familiar with with Meltzer, so I can't really answer that question.
All right. Intro, do you have another question from the Facebook?
Bob Cook here. He wants to know what was it like being at the Evel Knievel Snake River Canyon jump with Moondog Mayne in '74?
Is this Bob Cook, the wrestler?
Yeah, Bob.
It is Bob Cook. Yeah, I'm friends with him, and I know he's been friends with you for a long time.
Yeah, whatever. He never calls me anymore.
I'll tell him to call you.
Yeah, tell that puke to call me. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's Evel Knievel. Yeah, I was there at the canyon when he jumped. The strange thing about that, which very few people know, but I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. I saw the whole thing live. They reported, that Evel Knievel, when he jumped the canyon, you make it over. That's a big total lie.
Mm-hmm.
He made it so far over the canyon, he was at least a quarter mile on the other side of the canyon.
Mm-hmm.
Way on the other side of the canyon. But the wind was so strong, it blew him back all the way across the river and landed on the near side where he launched from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was all the way, he was way over there. We're watching and going, wow, look at that. Man, he's way over there. What had happened, because actually I got to spend about an hour and a half with Evel Knievel.
Mm-hmm.
After I graduated from wrestling, I went back to school and I became a registered nurse. And he was in the hospital where I worked. It was a long story short. I went to see him, and we really hit it off. I mean, he knew people I knew, and I knew people he knew. We were just having a good time together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I asked him about that. See, they were concerned about, when going up that chute there, or the launch pad, they didn't want to use, what they used was steam, not gas.
Yeah.
And he had pulled the lever when he started to shoot off. He pulled the lever too soon. He pulled the lever too soon. So just as soon as he's coming off that ramp upwards, the chute's coming out. But he still made it way across the canyon. Mm-hmm. If he had waited about roughly 10 seconds, he would have floated over there a mile. An easy mile. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But I liked him. When I say we hit it off together, we did. It was something, because he knew guys I knew, and on and on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Bob Cook is a big Evel Knievel fan. I think he has a big collection of Evel Knievel memorabilia.
Oh, he does. I saw it. Yeah, he does. He's got some good stuff. I don't know if he has it at the present time, but when I saw it, it was really something. It was impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cooker's Gym, I believe.
Listen, hey, you need to promote my book. You haven't said a word about my book.
Brute Strength, which when I think of Buggsy McGraw, I think of Brute Strength.
No, Brute Power.
Brute Power, exactly. I have my notes wrong. Very bad.
Yeah,
I'll edit that. No one will know the difference. Brute Power.
Yeah, it's on sale. It's on Amazon. Yeah. And hey, listen, everybody that has read my book that I've heard about, they have told me, it's one of, if not the best wrestling book they ever read.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a Barry Rhodes. I don't know. You probably don't know him.
I don't think
no,
so.
you don't know him. That's all right. But everybody, when they contact me, you go, "Oh man, I read your book. It's the best I've ever read, man. It was great." Mm-hmm. Did you read my book yet? Did you get the book yet? I bet you didn't.
I'm sorry I did not, because this was set up very quickly. But if you would like to return sometime, I'll read the book now, and then we can have you back again at some point, and we'll ask more stuff about that's in the book, if that would be cool.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff in there. There's a lot of pictures in there. If you want some true history, here's something that hasn't been advertised that much. I had saved so much material through the years that when they wrote the book, I had a man that helped me write the book, the ghostwriter, Ian Pegalis.
Okay.
So I ended up, and they decided to do a second book. It's a scrapbook. It's nice. From 1968 through 1983. It's got over 500 pictures, articles, programs, and news clippings from all over the world. The original programs and so forth and so on. If you want some real history, it's right there. But also in the book itself is roughly 50 pictures or more. But if you get the scrapbook, they're larger pictures, and you see the original programs, how they looked, and the news articles and the news clippings, and just on and on. It was really something. So, yeah, and it's large too. It's large, so it's well worth the money.
Oh yeah,
cool. Yeah, I'm actually gonna get that. I'm very interested in reading that. And everyone watching this, listening to this, should get themselves a copy, and then down the road we'll get you back, and we'll ask you some stuff about it, and the people listening will be more familiar with what in your book, and I think that'd be a good time. And here, Jay in the chat room, he wants to know: is there a way he could get an autographed copy of Brute Power?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. But he's got to go that address. I can get him. Where's he located?
If you don't have it now, you could. I was going to say, if you don't have the address now, you could always text me at another time, and I'll put it up on the website. I'm not sure where he is. Jay Pagliaro, let us know where you are, and we'll figure it out.
Well, yeah, we'll try to figure out something. I can let him have an address that I can be contacted through.
Oh, okay.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to checking that out. Well, it's we've had here for a while, so it's been really. I'm really appreciate you coming on, and I would love to do it again sometime.
Okay, I'll do it again.
All right.
I'll do it again,
all
but
right,
you got to buy.
Well,
you got to buy the book.
I will,
and you got to buy the scrapbook.
I will.
He'll buy two books. He'll get me one.
But you're gonna have something that very few people have, because we only made on the scrapbooks. We only made 150 of them. So after that, after they're gone, it's over.
Yeah. Well, see, you don't know this right now because you're on the phone, but when we're doing the show, we're both on video. And so if I get the scrapbook, I could put it right up here behind me on my bookshelf, and then everyone can see it on display.
Yeah, but if you have an interest in wrestling history, this is it. You get all kinds of stuff. You're gonna love it, definitely. Actually. But once you read the book, I want to know how you like it, because everybody that I know about, I mean, I'm serious. This is not, they all say, they say this book is really great. They either say it's really great or they say this is the greatest wrestling book I have ever read. But and my book won a award too.
Oh, really?
I forget what it's called. Yeah. But if you send me your address, I can send you one of my flyers, and you can see the award I won. I mean, the book won.
Very cool.
The book won the award.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. Let's see.
Okay.
I think we actually have a link here. It's WOHW.com, WOW Publishing, and so you can get the book there. Brute Power.
Yeah, wow.
And it's very cool. Autobiography. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, they got a lot of cool books up here. But the one we're talking about right now is Brute Power, the autobiography of Buggsy McGraw. And that's Buggsy with 2 G's, by the way.
There you go. You're right. Absolutely. Testify, signify, verify, do not lie.
Exactly, yeah. It's another way to stand out, 2 G's.
Yeah, you do the GG.
Right. I approve. All right, very good. Well, you enjoy the rest of your night.
What?
I said
you
enjoy the rest of your evening.
Night? What?
Well, I said the rest of your night, not the rest of your life. But I do hope you enjoy the rest of your life as well. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but I meant enjoy the rest of your night.
Oh, well,
the rest of your evening. Well, I'll put it that way.
But how?
Evening. That's
but how am I supposed to do that?
That's a good. You could read your own book, Brute Power. That'll be a good time, I guess.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, boy, that brings back some memories. Oh, yeah, it's my book. I need it.
All right. Well, thank you very much. It's been very fun.
Well, I'm just really happy and thrilled that you had a chance to talk to me.
Well, thank you. I am as well. Both of us. I'm sure it'll make book two. If you do another one, it'll be a highlight of your book. The time you got to talk to us, or the time if we write a book, I guess it'll be the time we got to talk to Buggsy McGraw. Will be the highlight.
Yeah, there you go. Praise God. And remember, no matter what, stay close to God. He'll stay close to you. His name is Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, the Savior of the world.
Very good.
Whether you like it or not.
Excellent.
All right. All the best to you.
Thank you,
You
sir.
as well. Good night.
Good night.
All right, Inchman. That was very cool. Buggsy McGraw with 2 G's.
Mm-hmm. I'm wanting to buy this book right now. See.
It's only $23.95 at wow.com.
Mm-hmm.
I have a proposition for you, Incher. Before we're going to open up the Zoom calls. People can Zoom in. We're going to talk about wrestling, answer the questions. I have to take a small break to relieve myself. So, do you want to just talk to the people, or do you want me to play maybe the In Your Head theme, and we'll be right back?
I actually have to do a few things myself, so maybe we can play the In Your Head theme, and I can do my thing, and then we'll do it upright. All right.
All right. So you have to use the restroom.
There you go.
I do too. It's the thing. It's the deal.
So,
I have to pull up the theme.
Is it you're not going to have an accident if I make you wait, are you? Or no?
No.
Can you have like a playlist where you can play a few things?
No, I'll just play. It's not going to take me long. It's just number one, Incher.
I understand that, but
yeah. I mean, I don't, might get kicked off YouTube if I just grab this bottle.
Yeah, I don't think that
The
would be
opening's
good.
very small.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, very large to get in there.
What you're watching right now is me purchasing Buggsy McGraw's book right now.
Very good. You're a good man.
It's
And I see
PayPal's
Lexar's
loaded
in the
up.
chat. We're going to take Zoom calls when we come back. And we'll do all stuff. Thanks, Bob Johnson, for setting this up. And we got a whole bunch of legends coming to the show. We'll talk about that when we return, and sure.
Excellent. Sounds like good times to me.
Some returning legends, some we've never talked to before. So it's going to be very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Some I don't think there's really many interviews out there of. So it's going to be very fun. Good stuff. All right. We'll be right back.
I'm going to do that.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
If you want to be a wise guy, you can do it anyway. If you want to be a strong man, you can do it anyway. If you want to be an Indian chief, cowboy, you can do it anyway. You can't do it anymore.
The most electrifying line in sports entertainment today. If you smell what the Rock is cooking, hate me if you can survive if I let you. I'm figuring and thinking that nothing's gonna stop my dual man Randy Savage now. I'm the man. I'm the icon. And yes, you can't bow. I am God.
The number one show on the net that leaves the best in your head like Goldberg Net. For the punks and the perverts, niggas that'll work for Terry Funk and Matt Baker. Check Isman and Barbie, they got the cheap heat, so sit back and have a seat. They got questions from the fans, in your head is the band from Australia to Japan. Jake Down, roll on, get back to Mississippi.
We are bigger, we are faster, and we are all night long. All you idiots, punks, perverts, and fools, be sure and tune in and listen to this show.
Hell yeah. In your head. Boom. What the hell's intro got in there? What's he doing? He's got his ding dong in the camera or something. Very strange. But big thanks to Buggsy McGraw, and a big thanks to Bob Johnson for setting this up, and a big thanks to all you fine folks here in the chat. All right, he's Mr. Butler is asking. He's like, "Where's the Zoom link?" God, man, I thought you had this all set. I got to post this every week. Let me go find this for you fine folks. Zoom link. Let me find this here. I'm going to post a Zoom link. You guys can call in, Zoom in. Where's I know some people tried to call in during the show with Songman, with Lexar, and they all remember the Zoom link, but Steven's got a, he don't know where it is. Let me go get it here. All revved up, talk about the wrestling. That was very fun. We haven't done a interview for quite a while. Here we go. I got the link here. All right. Zoom into In Your Head and talk the wrestling. Man. I hope Intro didn't have to do the WV. Things will get messy. As Buggsy said, he's quick like a fart. The WV, you know, he could have been thinking it was a quickie and boom, it was something else. You know what I'm saying? All right, I can let's see, post this Zoom link. on my group. By the way, guys, you listening to the show, watching the show, go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/group/iWhite Wrestling. You can interact with us all week. It's a lot of fun. Follow us on Twitter, even though I don't use it. I'm going to get, is there anybody out there? Is there a fan who's like really good with Twitter and would like to run the iWhite Twitter? Email me at iWhitesWrestling@gmail.com. We'll hook you up. I don't really care for Twitter. I don't have all the time in the world. So if we would have someone out there who would run the In Your Head Twitter, boom, it would be helpful. You can post pretending you're us.
I don't know about that. Nobody pretend they're me, okay? That's all I gotta say. I could be bad things, you know. I'm already on Twitter.
Totally fine. Yeah, but this would be the In Your Head incher.
No, not the In Your Head incher. Can't you get banned or something for being on Twitter and trying to be?
This is what all the celebrities do. All the celebrities, they're not really there tweeting.
Yeah, but they're verified. This person can't be the verified incher. No, not the verified incher.
Totally fun. By the way, I just got this shirt today. It's pretty awesome. My man, my boy, my favorite wrestler in all of wrestling, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Probably not very fitting to wear when we have Buggsy McGraw and Orange Cassidy gear, but you got to take the old with the new. You got to embrace all the wrestling, embrace the old school and the new school.
Well, I got this is a William Regal limited shirt.
Pretty sweet. Inch baby, inch daddy. Oh man, he's bending over for the camera, showing off the buttocks. Lexard's getting all excited.
No.
He's thinking, I haven't Lexard for a while. He's like, getting all
no, I was trying to show the Born Naughty part on it.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of room here. I'm thinking I'm gonna move because I'm downstairs. It was fine in the summer. Now I'm cold. So I'm thinking of moving this all upstairs into up there where I have heating. So I don't freeze. Because since I lost a lot of weight, I get cold. I used to never get cold. Now I'm a cold weakling to the
possibility cold. We could see your breath like in the future once it gets really cold. And you'd be like you're on.
You're just trying to get me to heavy breathe into the mic.
No.
I'll probably get you all hot and bothered.
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
I really did, boy. Where you were telling me to buy you one? Why didn't you buy me one?
'Cause I'm cheap.
Help a brother out.
I'm cheap.
Jay Pelagarigo says a lot of icons there. Oh, see, I made that video a long time ago. I didn't realize he was in there. We might redo that video then. I didn't realize he was still in the video. See, I made that years ago when the theme song was first created. Tyler wants to know, would Incher take a Lexaring to save Jack's life? Of course he would. Of course he would.
No.
Marquis Dubois says, I haven't attended a live In Your Head in 10 years. Holy shit. A decade. This is like if you go to prison, Lexar, Steven, Incher. You go to prison, and you're like, holy shit, I got to do time. I've lost a decade of my life. That's what going without In Your Head for 10 years is like. It's like spending 10 years in prison doing hard time. You know, and things happen in prison. I'm not going to get into it. I've seen Oz. This is what this man's gone through without In Your Head in his life. And now we're back. Now he's here. Now he can enjoy In Your Head just like Golgo 13 and Tyler and Steven and Jay Pagliarano and the Lexar. Now you can join us live. You don't need a Facebook page. You don't need to go to some shoddy chat room that never works and we always have to change because then they want money. You can go right to YouTube now, youtube.com/C for channel /iWhite Wrestling /live. and listen to us and watch us every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And then every Wednesday night, you can listen and watch the Jackie Jones Show, where I will review AEW Dynamite, and I might talk about new merchandise out there, try to keep it different from what we're doing on In Your Head. But there you go. Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights. If he has time, Intro might stop by Wednesday night. You never know what's going to happen. It's in your head. It's crazy. It's fun. It's good times. Do it. There you go.
You know, Don West, during his hard sells, he never got all crazy. Like, he never growled at the audience.
Of course he did. He was like, Jim Midtown, and he'd stand up on the table. He would stand up on his table and be like, Amazing Red, and he started. Of course, he went crazy.
But not growling, not like he's gonna rip your throat out.
Yeah, but who did we just talk to? Buggsy McGraw. And what did Buggsy tell you, Incher? And tell everyone out there and who listened. This guy listened, because he said you've got to make it your own. You've got to stand out. So if I just came in here and I was a Gem at 10, I'm Don West. Yeah, okay, we've seen that. But if I start growling, that makes it my own. That's a guy I got to watch. Plus, he's probably crazy. So if I get into a fight, they're going to say, oh, look at this guy. He's fucking nuts. And then they're not going to pursue it, and they're going to walk away.
Oh, my.
Boom. I know you're the fighting man, Incher. Okay, what if we were going to get into it?
Is that your stance?
And then you'd be like, oh, shit, I'm getting out of here.
I would just like that you have the old 1930s stance where you're like, I would.
It could work now.
Why doesn't a UFC wrestler do that nowadays?
That'd be sweet.
He just comes out and he's I'm gonna give you one. See, how do you like one to the chops? How do you like that? Yeah.
Exactly. Who's Ren from Siren?
I don't know. Ren from Siren. What's up, Ren? Beats me.
The Mixler room was a pain.
I don't think I have much trouble with that one, but I know people would. Like, there was reports that people...
That was the thing. Like, I didn't have trouble with most of them, but everyone else would. So we could never find something that was universally liked.
Something would be wrong on their end, and then they would, start asking us about it, and then something with...
Oh, he said the Mermaid Show. Yeah, but that would have been, that was a Without Your Head interview, by the way, Marquis. The Siren interview.
Oh.
Yeah, I interviewed the mermaid from Siren. It's a horror TV show about a killer mermaid.
Would she lure them in with her with like her song?
Go watch it and find out.
No spoilers. Okay.
Booyah! Yeah, lots of. If you like horror interviews, tons of them on Without Your Head. I did 2 or 3 already this week. Me and Treacherous Trista are just interviewing everybody.
Oh yeah.
And then live on Thursdays, me, Trista, and Troy. We're all together. The Friendly Creeps. It's good times, Incher. The Headyverse. We're all family. Me, you, Trista, and Terrible Troy. Trista's going to join this show at some point. Not all the time, but for an episode.
Mm-hmm.
You're into that.
Cool.
Unless you're like, no, we'll not have her here. But she's old school wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Also used to go to Lucha Underground. So see, you guys have something in common.
Oh, I was a big fan of the Lucha Underground. I didn't start watching it till like season 2, right? I think you were watching it before me, so... That's something you got on me, buddy. Something you got on me. Now you want to fight. Anyways, yeah, I watched a lot of wrestling. I did not watch Monday Night Raw this week, but,
I guess it was a noteworthy show because I didn't watch it either, but I was seeing all this stuff about it. Lexar looks like he's going to kill us. But there was like, they revealed, like, I guess who Retribution was. They have names now and people. It's like Mace and Mace and Windu and Sarge and Beretta.
Not Mace Windu. That's a Jedi. That's Samuel
Mace.
Jackson.
One of them's called Mace.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Mace and
Slapjack.
who are they? Mace and Indigo and
Indigo.
Dagger. Beretta. One of those is
Beretta?
real.
I don't know.
What are their names, Steven? It's like it is Mace. It's Mace and like
Slapjack. One of them was called Slapjack.
Slapjack?
Slapjack. What is wrestling's the fascination with Slapjack? That's not even what the thing's called. It's called the Blackjack. But for some reason, wrestling loves to call it a Slapjack. They don't even name the wrestler a Slapjack.
Uh-huh.
Slapjack's an old card game I used to play when I was 8. You flip the cards over, and when there's a jack, you got to slap it. They call this like the weapon. They call it a slapjack. That's a blackjack, and they just don't want to call it that, I guess, because they think somehow it'd be racist. But it's not. It's the slapjack is nothing. Slapjack.
I remember.
What kind of name is that for a wrestler? Slapjack.
Stevie Ray.
Slapjack, Crazy 8, Old Maid, Uno. These the wrestlers coming in. Who's next gonna be Pinochle?
T-Bar. Oh, that's it. T-Bar, Mace, and Slapjack.
Is the police after Lexar?
No, that's here in Toronto.
Oh man.
Oh, they're after Steve.
Stevie's getting arrested.
That'd be so great if we were just talking to somebody and the cops just could break
would
it
love it.
while they're talking. And
Yeah.
like, I'm not leaving. I'm going in your head. And then they got him up. They got his hands behind his back.
Speaking of he mentioned Buck Zumoff. That would have been the show for that. That would be pretty sweet. Nothing against Lexar or Steven. You know, I don't want you guys to do a hard time, but it would be a fun segment if one of you guys got arrested live on the show. Then, I mean, you could get out right away. I don't want you to spend a lot of time there, but take one for the team, though. Be fun.
What we will be arrested for? What do you think? What kind of crimes will be?
I don't know if I want to answer that one, Lexar.
You probably shouldn't be asking that one, Lexar.
I probably jaywalking.
Yeah.
I think I could see Steven being a big jaywalker up there in Toronto.
Oh
like
no!
He walks over to get a pretzel.
Lexar, I could see him cutting the tag off the mattress just with that laugh he was doing, like just.
Do you think anyone has been arrested for that?
Oh yeah, I know all kinds of people has been arrested for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean,
you guys are a bunch of
tons.
criminals up there in the WV.
Well, if there's one thing about tags on mattresses that the West Virginians just cannot tolerate, so we have to cut them off.
Damn. I once tagged Incher on a mattress, if you catch my drift.
Oh Lord, he says he's the most honest man, but he's
boom,
lying
Lexa, gotta pop out Alexa.
He's lying right now.
There's a difference between a lie and a joke.
Lying.
Like you wouldn't go to a stand-up show and be like, liar! That chicken did not cross the road to get to the other side. You'd be like, well, yeah, it's a joke, buddy.
But
imagine if you were the most honest man, where you took it to the length where every joke had to be honest. You probably wouldn't be a very funny comedian.
Was the chicken mixed up into some sort of sexual innuendo with someone that
choking the chicken. Choking the chicken means, but it don't mean you're actually choking a chicken. So are you lying then when you're off and you're like, I'm just choking the chicken?
Well, if
you're like, you're a liar. You had your hand around your penis and you were.
If you said that, you would be lying. You should say, I was just masturbating.
That's what I'm saying. So if you said someone who was saying I was choking the chicken, you would say you're a liar, sir, because you were masturbating. You were not actually choking a living chicken.
Well, you see, I would be the chicken in this equation, And I
What? So
nearly
you're saying that
offended
I'm giving you a
myself.
hand job?
Maybe the chicken doesn't want its name being used in that light. All right.
So for now on, you want people to say I'm just stroking the incher?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying with your joke that you made, you know, I was being put into a bad light. You know what I'm saying?
Why? If it was fine, it could be a good light depending on your point of view.
I'm not interested in you.
How do you know?
that
You say
way.
that, but
But
your
it-
eyes say a totally different story.
Oh, Lexar's having none of this. He's just like, what's on TV?
Boom. Yeah. So who is it? Mace and Dagger and Slapjack and who's the
T-Bar.
other
Yeah.
person? T-Bar.
T-Bar, yeah.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
names are the shits.
Yeah.
Do you think
All
someday
damn
you'll
things are
look
the
back
shits,
and like,
Jack.
you know, people look back, it's like it's Stone Cold Steve Austin and
Ice
Hulk
Skater.
Hogan. Do you think people look back? It's like, do you remember the days of T-Bar?
No, probably not.
No.
Stone Cold Stevie Austin, it said there's a test. There's like if you could say the name as the world champion, it's a test. So it's like, and the new world champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That works. You wouldn't be, and the new world champion, Mace.
Mhm.
Come into the ring, the challenger, Slapjack.
Oh, God.
Main
Monday Night
event in
Raw was just-
WrestleMania this year, T-Bone.
Mm-hmm. I
Bad
had a steak for
names.
dinner.
Really?
Yeah.
Tube steak.
A ribeye. No, not a tube steak. Good Lord.
I had tacos.
Oh, yeah? Oh, where'd you get them from?
I made them myself, boy.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to know that.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Where'd
anyway,
you get the steak from?
it was in the
7-Eleven?
freezer and we defrosted it. And
Did you cook it or you just thawed out and just,
I just thawed it out and ate it.
And fix here.
I didn't think you like ribeye because I used to tell you to eat ribeye and you were like, that's just too tender. I like a little toughness to my steak.
Well, I'll eat any steak. I mean,
Really?
my preferred steak. No, wait a minute. No. My preferred steak is a New York strip. But I mean, if a steak, you know, if you got a ribeye, I'll eat a ribeye. You know,
Mm.
I'm waiting for it.
No,
I
that's
know
fine.
he's thinking. I know what you're thinking.
I'm just here being a good guy, talking about wrestling, talking about T-Bone versus Mace and who was the other one, like Notebook or something.
I heard that Tozawa was eaten by a shark on Raw.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Truth tried to save him, but unfortunately, a shark ate him. Yep.
Yeah. So, you know,
are they going to replace Jump the Shark with this show's been eaten by the shark?
I hear things like this, and it just makes me think about the mentality of the person who's writing the show. And when you think about storylines that are going on now today, does the person writing the show even care about it? Like, clearly they don't.
Like, do you have passion about someone getting eaten by a shark?
I mean, I'm sure they go home and you know, probably Vince McMahon, because he's the end all to be all in WWE. Does he go home and actually think about the storylines, or does he just walk in the door and he's like, "Let's have Tozawa get eaten by a shark"? What do you think about that, pal? I imagine that's what's happening.
Good shit.
Alexa, did you watch this?
Walks
what were
in
you
and
thinking?
he's like, "Hey, here's that group: T-Bone, Mace." He just starts naming them off. I'm sure there was no creative thought put into this.
Fruit Booty,
Slapjack. He's like, "Yeah, you're Slapjack."
Come on, wrestler named Slapjack.
And it's like, I'm sure Triple H just sits there and it pisses him off every time the NXT guy goes up or girl, and they're just totally just crapped on because he's put all this work into them, and he's like, okay, they're an established star right now, and then they go to Raw, and it's just like, just kills them.
Who is that like giant guy that was in the After Dark show there? He's like Cabu Beto or Booba Fredo or Taba Madaba.
Tiki Mazala. But, I don't know.
Yeah, Tiki Mazala. Did he didn't he like I read he got squashed by Braun Strowman?
Oh, Daba
Kato.
Daba Kato, yeah. He got squashed. That's what I heard, anyways.
Why? Explain. Someone who watched this explain to me what happened. I don't understand. And I saw a picture, and he actually towers over Braun Strowman.
Oh yeah, he's an imposing guy. Yeah. And
what kind of debut is this?
Oh, last night he was imposing.
It's kind of like the debut that Alex Wright had as what was that?
Yeah, he still won though versus Doug, and he just didn't. But from what I understand, Braun just squashed the guy.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, he did have a match before, but he's only had like one, and that was like a jobber match. He just came in and destroyed somebody.
I thought he just fought in the whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Raw After Dark or
Raw.
How do they think this would get the guy over? And this a new guy they want to put over as like the new like killer giant, and they just have him get squashed by a guy.
Hold him up for months.
Yeah, because they showed him a few times on those segments. So,
Lexar, I know you normally you're loving this stuff. Did you love this show? Were you loving it?
Yeah, it's okay.
It sucked, Rexar. It sucked.
What was good about it, Lexar? We'll get a different take.
I like the brawl at the end because Retribution, they got more members now. It's not just those like nickname guys. They have like other guys, but they're in hoods and you can see their faces.
So it's like the Retribution that they already had, just a bunch of guys in hoods. Okay.
So anyway, they beat up the Hurt Business, who was supposed to be in a 6-man tag or something. Then
so the Hurt Business are her baby faces now.
Oh
yeah, that's
what.
Last week they took a job like where he talked to Shane McMahon, and he's like, "If you want us to handle this problem, we can do it, but we're going to send you a bill." So they're feuding with Retribution right now. This week I'm not exactly sure, but I guess they got beat up by.
So it's heels versus heels.
At the beginning of the show, yeah, the Retribution guys beat up the Hurt Business, but then later in the show, backstage, the Hurt Business started to beat up Retribution, and again they left them laying and did not even bother to try and take the masks off. Oh, it just, again, you beat up, I don't know, like half a dozen, 10 guys, whatever, and then you just leave them there. And then, in the main event, the Hurt Business, which are heels, which are just dastardly evil heels, are now suddenly baby faces in the same show.
Really?
Logic just goes right out the window on Monday Night Raw.
This doesn't make me want to watch. I'll say that.
Good.
Drew McIntyre's music hit, and he and other superstars came in and beat up Retribution, and then Randy Orton came in and did it all KO on Drew McIntyre. He didn't even help the other superstar beat up Retribution. He just all KO McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Didn't want to be a part of that. Yeah.
What would it take to make you watch Monday Night Raw, Jack? What? How much would it take?
A chair with leather straps.
$10.
Yeah, send me. All right, guys, PayPal me at N Jones Jack I White Wrestling. If everyone could collectively PayPal me $10 a week, I'll watch it.
Collectively PayPal. Yeah, I'm just talking one payment, $10.
No, every week. It's gonna come every week. I'm not saying one person has to do it, but if I get at least $10 a week PayPal to me, throughout could be all the listeners. So each could just send $1, whatever. And if it equals $10, I'll watch Raw and review it here on the show.
So, like, if 10
And if
people
you keep it up, I'll keep watching it.
and sent $1 every week,
It could be 10 people, could be one person $10, whatever. 2 people $5, one person 7, one person 3, whatever.
How quick are you going to be
PayPal me,
refunding this? How many weeks are you going to take until you're like?
Oh no, we'll keep. Well, if I can't take it, I'll refund. After. But if I get $10 a week, I will watch Raw and review it here on the show.
$10 a week, everybody.
$10.
Yeah, watch and talk about Raw. Oh my goodness.
He probably won't even watch SmackDown.
Well, that'll be another $20 probably, but $10
for
I'll watch Raw.
SmackDown's shorter actually, so that's a bargain.
No, but it's on Friday.
Well, it's not a bargain for the people paying, but I mean, it's a shorter show. I mean, it's easier.
All right. Well, if I get another $10 per
$5
show, so
for
$20.
SmackDown.
No. I'm starting with Raw. $10 for Raw. If I get $10, then we'll start. Okay, how's this? If I get $10 this week, I'll watch Raw. If I get $20, I'll watch Raw and SmackDown.
If you get up to $20, you'll watch Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Collectively, so all together, you guys get out the PayPal pesos, get out the money, send me whatever you want, like whatever it's worth to you, and if I get $10, I'll watch Raw this week, and if I get up to $20 or more, I will watch SmackDown as well. I'll take notes and I'll review them.
Not the Hulu Reader's Digest version. No,
I'll watch the whole show. I'll watch the show. Yeah.
All of Raw.
Hell, if we get to 30, I'll watch NXT too.
Oh my goodness!
So that's the triple play. It's the tiered thing. $10, you'll get a Raw review. $20, you get a Raw and a SmackDown review. $30, you'll get Raw, SmackDown, and NXT review. I think that's a bargain.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see if that actually happens or not. But I was just curious just to see what it would actually take to get you to actually.
I'm not sure if that's the right email. I know njonesy1@msn.com will go there. I know that's one of the in your head emails too. I'm not sure. So either use njonesy1@msn.com or withoutyourhead@gmail.com. That might be easier to remember. And I'll get it. Put IYH in the notes or something so I know what it's for. And,
I'll go 15 in the chat room. He says, Jack, it's not worth $4 an hour to watch Raw and SmackDown.
It probably isn't, but I'm a man of my word. I'll do it for at least 1 week. And if it keeps up, we'll see. That, you could donate more. Hey, if you're like Olga and you think, Jack, it's not worth $4 an hour, donate, $10, and we'll see. Keep me in. You're like, well, I want Jack to be happy. I also want to hear this review. So donate accordingly. Whatever you think it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
If we get to 10, I'll keep track of it here on the show. Maybe we'll get to $10 on the show.
What if
then
it
you'll
falls
guarantee
short?
Next week.
What if it's like $6 you get?
Then you're not getting shit. Then I'll keep it in, and then it'll roll over until the next week, and we'll see if we get.
What if like Lexar's like, but Jack,
maybe I'll just watch an hour of it.
Jack, I worked very hard for that $1 to send you, and I don't have food to eat anymore, Jack.
I'm not a sadistic man. I'll refund it if we don't get to the 10. 10 minimum is $10 is the minimum though. $10. I think that's a good deal. What did you? Okay, you're listening out there. You're watching the show right now. We're just talking nonsense. Imagine this guy right here, Jackie Jones, reviewing Raw for you. I'm reviewing just now these names: Slapjack and T-Bone and Beretta and Stiletto and whoever, Box Cutter and stuff. So if you just imagine me here coming on, and I'll review what actually happened. I'll take notes. I'll take it seriously. I'll watch it and review it, and you'll get my real thoughts. I won't pretend to hate it. I ain't gonna pretend to like it. I'll tell you exactly what I thought. Maybe I'll love it. Who knows? But I think that's worth your money. Put up. Boom. Hear the reviews here you want to hear on In Your Head.
There you go.
Do it up.
So I'm curious to see if anybody would.
Well, you could donate yourself, Finch man.
Yeah,
hear it that bad.
I'm not doing that. I just bought a book, and I pre-ordered PlayStation 5 that I got to pay
gifts.
for.
You could. I'll take it in gifts.
Gifts. Like,
yeah, you could buy me a book or something.
Oh, like people send you stuff? So sending you stuff would be good enough.
Yeah. Put a receipt in there. So no, I'm just kidding.
I think Mitten's going to just start sending you random things, and he's just.
I don't think he likes me anymore.
Mitten doesn't like you anymore.
Here. Yeah, because he says here, we'll get to it later, but he says, since Neil replaced me on Without Your Head as his critic, will Jack ever replace Incher on In Your Head with another host?
Huh. You replaced him?
Didn't replace him. He's only done one review in like 3 months. So I got someone in addition, just because we get a lot of movies sent to us and they're not getting reviewed.
Uh-huh.
I feel kind of bad about that. They send their movies to be reviewed. So
you're treating them
like to do reviews. Right. There's someone, it's a reviewer in addition to Mitten. It's not he's the new Mitten.
That is an interesting point that Lexar brought up. He's doing it like you're doing Monday Night Raw. You do have an obligation to watch wrestling and while you're doing a wrestling show.
I've offered to just quit. I said it many times, I'll just quit the show, but people said no. They like to hear us come on here and just answer questions. But if people don't want to hear that, I'll just quit the show. That's fine.
You might make money doing it soon. They may.
We'll find out. We'll find out if the money starts coming in. I'm gonna start reviewing Raw, maybe SmackDown, maybe NXT. Then from there, who knows? Maybe we'll get crazy. I'll start watching Impact.
How much is it going to take for Impact?
We'll have to get like maybe $50 a week here.
If it gets up to $50 a week,
right? Yeah.
It's like, oh man, now he's watching Smack. It's like you're going to be watching more wrestling than me. Than like New Japan. You've never been big on New Japan. Like if would you get New Japan World? I mean, yeah, somebody would have to gift that to you because like you got to.
Yeah, I mean now we're getting into like 6 figures or not 6 figures, but like triple figures, I guess. Man. Marquis Dubois says, I'll review movies for you. But we do have a new Joe Diablo. In addition to the Headless Critic. It's not the Headless Critic is gone. It's just he's a bum. He's not doing nothing. We did one. He used to say he was doing more stuff than we were doing on the show. He's done like one review in 3 months. And I'm not he put me on the spot here bringing this up. So I'm just saying one review in 3 months. Not really cutting the mustard. So we had to get someone in addition to him. And then if he gets the time and he can do them again, we have 2 people doing them. Because even when he was, not just a bum and wasn't, lazy, we still got too many movies that he could even cover then. So now if we have 2 people, we could cover more of the movies that are sent to us. As the show grows, we get more and more stuff. I mean, this week alone, I got like 10 or 12 movies sent. I mean, it's hard to keep up with all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Earlier today, I got an email from the aunt from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air wanting on Without Your Head.
Oh, the
And
one
I
that
thought,
hates
what
Will
the
Smith.
hell?
She hates Will Smith. You should take that one up. The original one?
No, the second one.
Oh, well, the second one's good with Will Smith, I think.
Oh,
I think
okay.
the original one hates Will Smith, so that would be an interesting interview. But
all right. I mean, I'd still be into it, but it seemed a very odd, bizarre fit for Without Your
ask
Head.
her, she has the original aunt's email address.
If you get me her, I'll interview you.
What's she wanting on for? She just likes horror movies or something? Auntie
No, it had
Bev?
nothing to do with horror movies. I think she's like has like a self-help book or I don't know why it was sent to me at Without Your Head. It was her and Mariel Hemingway also wanted on, which actually would be a cool guest, but she's promoting like this like family drama. And I was like, what? I thought maybe it was a horror movie she was in or something. Like, oh, that's pretty cool, Mariel Hemingway, but it looked like a Lifetime movie or something. I'm like, I don't really want to watch this.
You should get her for Inside Your Head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have really time to do that.
I'm
doing so many, you know.
And soon you're going to
Especially now if I start reviewing Raw and stuff. Yeah.
NXT.
There's only so much time I have in the world. But anyway, enjoy doing In Your Head. We're gonna have a bunch of guests on. I'm gonna mention some later right here on the show. So stay tuned. We've got a lot of people coming up, Pincher.
Excellent.
All right. So what else happened in this show? We had Mace and Sandstorm and Buzzsaw.
Well, the logical illogic of Monday Night Raw continues with Zelina Vega, who has rarely wrestled in her entire WWE career. She gets a women's title match against Asuka on the pay-per-view pre-show.
Why? Why would this happen logically in the wrestling? And why even have her wrestle? She's a great manager. She's a pretty lousy wrestler, honestly. Why does she have to wrestle for?
I get the impression
it's like making
that
Lana wrestle.
I just get the impression that they only have so many wrestlers at their disposal, like right now, that will show up to Florida and like perform. Because like there's a lot of people that's on the show, and you're like, I don't think they would like be on the show if it wasn't for that they're working on like this skeleton crew. So I think maybe that might be why they just need somebody else to add to the mix, maybe. But yeah, she came out. I seen the bit where she came out and she challenged Asuka, like she kind of confronted her in the ring the week before. So, but yeah,
she beat Mickey James.
PayPal money yet?
Yeah, that. She beat Mickey James. Like, good heavens! Like,
congratulations, Mickey. You pissed off Bruce Mitchell. He's mad at your husband, so he's punishing you.
Does anyone really care about Mickey James anymore, though?
I'm sure.
I guess you guys do.
Maybe for nostalgia reasons, they brought her back.
I mean, I don't hate her. I don't necessarily love her. Say that again. What?
Yeah, I didn't say I hate her either. I just is it really a big deal someone beats her though? Like, I don't think it's like a travesty that someone beats Mickey James.
Well, Zelina Vega.
She's young though. If you're gonna have her get a title shot, would it make sense if she lost to Mickey James and then gets a title shot?
Well, that's kind of like putting the horse before the man, you know. It's like,
I mean, you could just say, "Well, Mickey James get the title shot." I mean, that would make more sense. But if for some reason you have to have, she has to get the title shot, I mean, she should beat.
I guess Mickey James and Asuka, they already had a match. Was that on Raw or was that on the pay-per-view? I can't remember. It seemed like they had trouble working with each other too. The Mickey James and Asuka match didn't seem like they're clicking. I can't remember if that was on Raw or the pay-per-view.
That was on Raw, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
It's a match they stopped real dramatically or stupidly, whichever.
That's right.
word
The
you wanna
ref,
put in there.
he called for the bell.
Oh,
Ref calling for the bell. Yeah.
yeah, that was. I understand that was it was a mistake. It was a botch.
Oh, so like, is that one of the things where they're telling the refs to like actually enforce the rules, and the ref just called for the bell or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Why do they do that? Why do they got a rule like that for television? Why? Like you're. I mean, a ref is essentially just the guy out there to like tell the wrestlers what they're thinking in the back. I mean, of course he's supposed to look like he's doing stuff in the ring, but he's just part of the gimmick. Why make a television show like where this guy actually has to make legit calls? I mean, I know you want to make it legitimate in the ring and everything, but
Right.
he's ending the matches early. It's like you don't need that.
Be like a live play, and if someone messed up a line, you're like, well, you just change the play, and now that's the new storyline you're going with.
In a way, yeah. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. It's like I
Yeah.
do think wrestling.
Like if you had to change a whole play, then like you went to go see a play, and it's like a 4-hour or 2-hour play, and someone messes up a half hour in, and they just end it because like, oh, he messed up, so we have to go to the finish of the play, and
Like,
this is how the play ends now.
I feel that wrestling does have to be legitimate. Like you do want to make it like believable with the rules, but not to the point where it's like, well, I'm into this match because you guys didn't do this. You didn't let her out of the
things
hole
happen
enough.
Right.
Just play stupid or something. Just act like you're about to poop your pants or something, and you're like, oh, and then run out of the ring. That's
there you go. So you got to think on your feet.
Break the hold because you're about to poop yourself. And then he just, and the fans would understand. And I'd say, God bless that referee for not ending this match.
Here in the chat, by the way, Forestdale Custodian said, did you guys already talk about the greatest parking lot brawl I've ever seen? I did do a live review right after AEW last week, but let's all talk about it. I thought, this was, I thought the whole show was great. AEW thought it was one of the best episodes of Dynamite from beginning to end. But that parking lot brawl was I thought that was fucking awesome. That was, to me, it's match of the year so far. I started making a list so I can remember the headies this year. And to me, that's my favorite match so far this year. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I like Trent and taking the big spots onto the when they sandwiched Ortiz in between the hood and of the car and the engine, and they jumped off and hit that. I was like, I've never really seen that before. That was pretty cool. And
they were taking tremendous bumps. And you talk about the ref, and the other stuff, the refs counting on the car that's got broken glass. I was like, that's pretty pretty hardcore of the ref.
Bryce Remsburg, who was the referee in that match.
It was great. They built this match up, so it wasn't a match for the sake of a match. There was a feud. It was built up for weeks. The match delivered. I think it really upped the best friends because, they're kind of a comedy act, but it showed that these guys can go. They also did a lot of hardcore stuff. Everyone was taking like crazy bumps. And then you had a little bit of the fun stuff at the end with the mom. To me, it just worked all around. This was a tremendous match and a segment, and it was a great blow off to the feud. It worked for me like on every level. I also thought the commentary was really good that week. I loved it.
Yeah, I like that the Sue gave him a ride in the van at the end of the show.
I like that. It was good. And my boy, he popped out of the trunk, did the Superman punch. And then I saw people were losing their mind because Dave Meltzer gave it 5 stars, but I'm totally fine. And it was funny because a lot of people that get mad about it didn't even watch a match. It's like they're mad that this guy liked the match that they didn't even watch.
Yeah.
There is a portion of the wrestling audience that are supposedly fans who really just want everyone to hate everything, and they get mad if someone actually likes something. I don't understand. Like, why are people watching it if they don't want to like it? If you don't like it, that's fine. I get it, but just don't watch it. And don't get mad if someone else likes it.
Do you like that the Killer Hawk is going to be taking on John Moxley at the pay-per-view?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Lance Archer, the Killer Hawk. He's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be
looking
taking
forward to
on,
this.
John Moxley. They got like
Yeah,
a
looking
three-way
forward to
working up for. Is that going to be on tomorrow? The three-way. It's a three-on-three man match. It's gonna
Right.
be,
Yeah, because they
Moxley,
put the new
Moxley.
guy in.
What's the one guy's name? He's
Darby Allin
and
Will something.
Will
Will Hobbs, yeah,
Will
who I don't know a
Hobbs,
lot about, but I guess he's been around for a while, and he's an
I've seen
impressive
him-
looking guy, so I'm interested in this.
I think I've seen him on a pay-per-views, so he seemed like he showed a lot of fire. So it's nice that he's getting a shot. And then yeah, he's going to take on the Murder Hawk, and is it Ricky Starks and Brian Cage? So
Tony Oberstar says it's in a half an hour. It's tonight at midnight. Is that true?
There's a late night version after the basketball playoff game. There's a 1 hour show, but there's still a show tomorrow night, I think.
Oh, okay. I see.
There's a show tonight?
Is it a new show or is it like an hour version of last week's show?
It's an hour version, special hour version of Dynamite.
Oh, well, maybe I'll have to go in there and tell it to record that.
Yeah, I might do that as well.
Yeah, I didn't know about it. I thought they were just saying like it was going to be a repeat from last week. I did hear that advertised. But damn, I didn't know that.
Well, I'm going to go DVR that myself.
Well, you go set yours up and then I'll go set mine up. So,
all right, we'll take turns.
Yeah, we'll take turns.
All right, so you talk to the fine Headyverse here. I'll be right back, and then you can go, and I'll talk to the fine Headyverse.
There we go.
Good thinking there, Inchman. That's why I got you here. You're the brains of the operation.
I got smarts.
I'm not dumb like people think. I can do things. All right, I'll be right back, Fredo.
Steven.
Yes.
Lexar, don't show the TV. Don't show the TV, Lexar.
Look at this.
Lexar, don't show the TV.
That is the time. AEW Dynamite, late night Dynamite, Wednesday, 12:30. So, according to my schedule,
it'd be 12:30.
12:30 at midnight. 12:30 a.m.
So 12:30 midnight. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's
right
just
now they're showing the basketball game between the Lakers and the Nuggets, and it's in the fourth quarter. After that, they have to show this post show about the recap of the game and then all that stuff, and then they show the late night Dynamite. But it's an hour version, and I think it's just like a bunch of jobber matches. And I think they're trying to like do this because they're trying to do another show for next year that's gonna be on TNT or HBO.
Oh, trying to see if people will actually tune in to watch it. I mean, I'm curious about it. I'll watch it, even if it is like the jobber people. You got some Michael Tozawa or whatever, or Michael Nakasawa. Yeah, the guy with the oil. You get into that character, Lexar? Steven?
I don't even think he's been on TV. Has he been on TV?
I don't know, but they tried to explain that Matt Sydal spot with him coming out and putting the oil on the top rope. And I thought that was pretty funny. But Lexar is saying it starts at 12:30 to like 1:30. Did you? Did you tell the thing to record long enough?
Yeah, I just had to record the show with the extended time, whatever it is. So it should be fine.
Oh, okay.
How much programming is on your DVR right now? Have you stored and probably not even watched?
I've recently been trying to record episodes from my hard drive onto my DVD player of Ring of Honor from 2018. I'm trying to catch up to current date because I'm running out of space on my hard drive. So I'm
going to watch like 2 years of Ring
I don't
of
know.
Honor?
I have this weird hoarder mentality when it comes to wrestling shows that I have to have them on a disc and I have to keep them for some reason. I don't know why I'm like this. I should just go through and delete every episode, but for some reason I think I have to archive this. So
do you have like every episode of Raw and stuff that you don't?
Not every episode. Maybe I have a lot. I have probably from When we started the show, I probably have from like before, like 2002 on, probably.
You just have like stacks and stacks of hard drives.
No DVDs. I record them on DVD.
Oh, you put them on DVD. Holy shit! How many hours can you put on a DVD?
Like, it just depends. Like my current recorder, you can tell it to like adjust to like what you want to put on it. But I typically try to keep it at 3 hours at the most. You remember back in the
What
day
do you
when
have,
we
like hundreds of DVDs?
I think I do, yeah. It's probably pretty sad how bad how many DVDs I probably got. But you remember when we first started the show and I said we can't go any longer because my TV capture card would kick in because wrestling was about to come on? I would record it on my computer back in the day, and then I would edit it. I'd actually edit the commercials out back then. I don't do that anymore. But like I would edit the commercials out, and then I'd record it on a disc and watch it later on. Like, it's weird because I used to do this thing where I try to like blind edit the commercials out. I kind of like hold my hand up to the screen so I could see like just the WWE logo, so I would know when they would go to a commercial, and then I would edit the commercial out, and then I want to actually watch it, so I'd have it on DVD without the commercials, and then I would take it to work and watch it.
So you'd watch a 3-hour show, but not watch what's going on and just put your hand up here?
I wouldn't watch the whole show. I would just skip through the show. But I didn't want to see what was happening, so I could edit the commercials out and then watch it later. It's crazy.
Man, that's pretty awesome. I got my vitamin C. Sorry for eating on the show, but
yeah, you got an orange. I still do that.
I actually got a Miniola, if you have to know. But.
A Miniola.
Yeah, it's a citrus
just
fruit.
An orange. It's like a hybrid orange.
Different.
It's not orange.
It's a little different.
Your favorite dude's Orange Cassidy now. Just say you like oranges. Would you do that for me?
Well, I like citrus fruit.
Citrus? Just say
well, orange is a type of citrus.
I asked you years ago, what's your favorite fruit? And you go, I think it's a clementine.
Yeah, it was at the time, but now I think, clementine. I like citrus fruit, clementines, Miniolas, mandarins.
Would you like throw up if I just made you eat like a normal orange?
No, but it's a navel orange isn't as good.
What if it wasn't in the military?
I don't have a belly button, so I can't eat navel oranges.
Oh, you have this? You have like a hatred for him?
Because I think it's mocking me, calling itself the navel orange because I'm missing a navel.
Oh, I see. Huh.
You should try a clementine, though. You like it.
Sure, I'll try one on the show one of these weeks. Go get a clementine. So this show, I'll have to set up my recorder. It's just on TNT. Lexar did show his TV, though, if you want to edit that out. I told him not to, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah, I'm not going back.
He wouldn't listen to me, Jack. I kept saying, don't show your TV. And he showed like some NBA game.
I tried to show you the schedule.
I know, but we can't see copyrighted material.
Got to put your hand in front of the TV, Lexar.
Yeah, you go like this and then show us your schedule.
Yeah, I should have done, but anyway. I could put the guide up if you want to see the guide.
And the guide sure used to blind edit the show. He'd be watching Raw like this.
Yeah. You would watch for the
3 hours.
Not for 3 hours. You would skip through it.
Just go with it. 3 hours.
I would do that for 3 hours.
Like, he'd have it on mute and he'd just be looking. So if he would do that for 3 hours every week, well, probably even longer because he'd do it for SmackDown and Impact and 205 Live and Ring of Honor, all of this stuff. He'd be there all day and night. You could do it for in your head. You can say, I'm not going to show this.
Yep. There he goes.
What are you doing, dude?
Okay, it's a guide. It's just the
Oh,
guide,
okay.
so that's good. Thank you,
It
Lexa.
is.
Yep, 12:30.
I think this. So the Golgo brings up a point I did think was very funny. Is so Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss, they said that they're going to name their team the new Midnight Express. So they're basically trolling Jim Cornette. And so Jim Cornette sent them a cease and desist letter that they can't use the new Midnight Express.
Where did they make this claim? Like on their,
I think like Twitter.
like he did this instantly. He sent him lawyer papers.
Yeah.
Damn. It's awful litigious.
He knew.
Pretty dumb. I mean, can he? I mean, he says hateful. He says some hateful things, but can he take he could take a joke? I really doubt they're going to name the team that. And even if they did, I mean,
what if they can name their team?
He didn't invite the name. It's a whole movie. He even took the theme song from the movie.
What if they named their team like the Midnight of, or the Express of the Midnight?
I mean, we had the Midnight Rockers, so yeah, I don't know. I honestly think they were just trolling Cornette, which kind of made me laugh. Lawyer papers. Rest in peace, Rick from Radio Haven.
This is Rick from RadioHaven.net. He changed that URL. I wish he would have stuck with just that URL forever. Just stayed with that.
Poor Rick. Died very young man. Younger than both of us are now.
Oh, yeah. I think yeah. Even at the time, he was younger than us. It's kind of sad.
Definitely. Yeah. We've known some interesting people these years on this program, Incher. The 12 a.m. Express, Urias says. I like that. You could call them the Witching Hour Express.
The Witching Hour Express? That's true.
Yeah.
Well, fellas.
Are you tired already, Steven?
Well, I listened to the entire Buggsy McGraw.
We have been on 3 hours, I guess.
Yeah. So I'll leave you with this. Apparently, Rey Mysterio must be a really bad parent.
I heard about this.
According to Seth Rollins. He must have no children at all.
So they're starting up.
Is this more of an attack on his wife?
They're starting up this bit where his daughter is like interested in Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
So it's like the guy helped Seth Rollins like take one of her father's eyeballs out of his head. How could you be interested in a man who took one of your father's eyeballs out of his head? Are you all thinking
something you have to learn about women, Incher? Women are into bad boys.
That's a bad boy who takes out your father's eyeball. I mean, are you trying to earn the hatred of your father by like trying to go out with a man who tore his eyeball?
So Incher, or Lexar. Let's say one of these strippers that you're interested in. She would go to your house. And she'd help someone, rip your mom's eye out. Would you then date her?
What's with this stripper?
I will kill her.
Yeah, he says that pretty certain. So
it's interesting because before that they tried to rehash the whole Rey Mysterio Dominic is not your dad thing.
Now it's It was so sad. Just watching this entire segment, it was just sad. Having seen Rey Mysterio go through this over and over again with Seth Rollins.
That's what he gets for re-signing. He could have left, but he's like, "No, I'm going to re-sign you." Okay, you're re-signing, buddy. I
think he re-signed to get his son a job. I mean, they weren't going to hire him.
Yeah, but is this the job he wants them to have? What are they going to do with him?
He's making money, I guess. So. That's all he. I mean, I imagine this is all Rey Mysterio would know. I mean, he probably doesn't. It's just like, is Dominique? Is he cut out to be a doctor or lawyer or anything? Maybe Ray's like,
Does he
no,
cut out to be a wrestler?
give
Yeah.
her Karanas. He had some all right matches. That cage match was all right. I liked it. I liked the cage match with him.
I don't know. I don't watch
Yep.
it. I don't know.
That was a
Maybe
pretty good
great.
one.
But if you pay
Back me up on this,
$10, I'll start watching it.
Back me up on this, Vic. Was it a good match or not? It's fun.
Which match are you talking about?
The cage match with him and Seth Rollins. Dominique versus
I
Seth
thought that was. I think Dominic, for as young and as green as he is doing really well.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
these stupid angles that they're doing doesn't help anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
want to see any PayPal money.
Awful. I mean, there's it's the shits, but I did think of the match.
Not seen any PayPal money here in sure.
Apparently, people don't want you watching it either.
Not getting a raw
It's like
review.
it'd be like paying somebody to eat poop, though. I mean, it's
like that video you got from our.
That's on interest Patreon.
No, it's not. Good Lord. Good Lord. I haven't done a Patreon in a long time. So, but you can see my video about me pre-ordering a PlayStation 5.
I thought you were saying about eating poop. I was like, whoa.
No. Why are you bringing it?
Because that's what we're talking about.
Shut up when I'm plugging stuff. So you can see me opening my PlayStation 5 when I get it. So I'm going to do an unboxing.
Marquis Dubois says he would pay you to eat poop.
I don't. No, thank you. But, like, really, though, that's like something I don't think that would, that was like, good Lord. Like, to make yourself do that, that's just insane, you know? Like the Pink Flamingos thing, like how much do they pay that person, you know? Was it Divine?
Divine, yeah. Probably not much for anything. It was just probably more of the idea of doing it.
But yeah, so check me out on YouTube, 1 Inch Biceps. You can see
Some
my
people are into
unboxing
that.
videos. Yeah. Anyways, I
Some
better
people
go
do it
set
for
up
no
this
money.
recording. I better go
All right.
set up this recording here. I'll be back.
All right. Good night, Steven.
Yes, I guess I got it.
You're not faking blindness, are you? You're not
I'm
like
not
that
what?
other Stevie. Faking blindness like the other Stevie.
Well, I did have two surgeries on this eye.
Oh, really? Well, I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, my eyes.
What is he afraid we're gonna see? Is he wearing assless chaps or something?
He's naked from the waist down.
Oh.
Well, good night.
I bet he is. All right, good night. I bet you are too a lot of times when you're watching wrestling, Lexar.
No, I'm
Get your
not.
pants
I'm
down.
wearing pants.
Well, I meant right now, but I meant during the show. What's on those? Oh, Corona.
Corona.
Don't get the Corona. Do you even
No,
drink? I didn't think. Are you old enough to drink?
What do you mean I'm old enough to drink? I am. I'm 37 years old. I'm old as hell.
Wow. You're older than me.
Actually, 36 or 37. I don't remember my age.
You don't even know your own age?
It's 2020 is like giving me a whirlwind of things to think about. Like, I don't know.
I could see if you were like 118 or something, you might lose track. But when you're in your 30s, you don't lose track how old you are. Does your mom remember?
Yes.
Does she know when it's your birthday?
Every time it's my birthday, I get a little bit depressed because I'm feeling old.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, you should feel happy because you're still alive. You're like, this is another year I live.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, Vic's like in his mid 80s. He's doing all right. He's not really like, sorry, I was kidding.
Maybe he should get a hover round.
He's saying you need a hover round. He's a very useful looking man, though, don't you think? Young Vic Schiavone here.
Yeah. He's a
So
silver-haired fox.
Lexar is saying that you're nude from the waist down. That's why you put that up there, because you didn't want everyone seeing your ding-a-ling when you got up.
Maybe.
Seeing the hacky sack.
I just kind of like, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, just like block off. Nobody knows what's beyond this door back here.
Well, we can see it.
Yeah, but you're not going to know what's beyond it. It could be like it's like a firing inferno of hell, or perhaps perhaps it's heaven.
Well, I was going to say a Jackie Jones real doll. That would be heaven, I guess.
No.
What if he opened that door, Lexar, and there was like a big blow-up doll of me?
I'll close it back down. Like, shut it.
Shut it down.
Andrew just start stabbing it.
I'll kick it.
No.
All right, should we get to these questions? It's already midnight, and we have like 1,000.
Sure.
I got a question of my own. And then probably
All right, let's hear it.
I would like to know if you have done the pee-pee or poop dance in public.
What the hell's the pee-pee poop dance?
Like you got to go so bad, like it's like,
yes,
like you're kind of like shuffling your feet and kind of probably.
I don't know.
Probably. I mean,
interesting.
Like go ooh, and then you finally make it, or you don't make it. That's when you don't.
Marquis Dubois is asking for a Love for ZZ song here on the video. He doesn't. I think I've sang it since we've been on video, but maybe not. Got the love for ZZ. Does he have the same for OIB?
I don't think he does. He never came on the show for real.
He was on, but he could have returned for a longer interview.
No, he was never on the show.
What do you think of those vocals, Lexar? They're pretty good, huh?
Like a regular song man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if that's ringing endorsement, but how would you compare my my singing talents to song man?
I'll rate that Jackie Jones is like a Luther Vandross, and Songman is like a Cardi B.
Really, a Cardi B, huh?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear him do the WAP song. WAP. You a big fan of that one, Insure?
The WAP song? Sure. It's a good tune.
You rocking out to it?
Yeah. I love it.
Do you even know what it is?
Yeah. I know. Yeah. It's about
sex.
It's about the woman's genitalia.
Wet ass pussy.
Getting it aroused. Yeah, that's what it is, Jack. That's what it stands for.
Got the love for ZZ. Does he have the same for OIB? Kind of cracked there.
Mm-hmm.
Dobbs Dean Maya wants to know, Insure, do you have the love for... No, he doesn't. Does Insure have a spending problem? In a recent video, Insure said he was not interested in the PS5, but then he impulsively pre-orders one just because his mate told him that the pre-orders are up.
No, Best Buy told me that the pre-orders was up, but you can see the video on my YouTube page. But I do think I'm starting to get a little bit of a spending problem, but the Xbox Series X went live today, and I did not attempt to pre-order it. Well, not a very good attempt. I logged into web pages an hour afterwards when I woke up, and it wasn't available.
So. Mike Whitcomb wants to know, Will Intra's mom let him listen to the song.
Which song? The WAP song? WAP? Or however you say it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 39. I mean, I don't exactly think I would be like, here, let's listen to this, Mom. I don't think I would be doing that. But would you let your mom listen to that song? Like, would you put it on?
Well, how could I not let her listen to it? You just said you were 39. Like, I mean, I can't stop my mom from listening to it.
Well, exactly. But I'm saying, would you put it on for her just to?
Oh,
let
sure.
her
I played. Give Me That Fat Ass for my mom once.
Would she think that you composed the WAP song if you were to put it on for her?
Possible. She'd probably think that I'd probably write a better song
though. But that song's like a big hit right now, so.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, but it's making money.
Yeah, but I don't think it's well written.
But it's making money, and she's had more than one hit.
Yeah, that's fine. But do I think it's a good song? No.
Okay.
Not everything that makes money is good.
Not everything, no. I agree with that. But she's making money with it. DJ Curly Bear's trying to get people to pay him to watch Raw.
No, he's not. But Jackie Jones is.
Oh, yeah. What was I thinking?
Multiple personalities. See,
you're not aware of it though. If you did,
Marquis Dubois wants to know: has Intra pod faded his Twitch channel? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. What does that mean? Is it like you like link them together or something? I don't know.
Dobbs Dean Maya. In a recent YouTube video, Intra said that he was at a flea market and a homeless man asked him for money, but he gave him a bottle of water instead. He then proceeded to buy video games. Is Intra proud of himself?
The story's not right. No. It wasn't a flea market. It was a deal that I made on a website, Facebook Marketplace, and I went to pick up the games, and I paid the person for the games and everything, and I got to my car and I was all excited looking at the games, and then like this guy comes up and he knocks on my window and I'm like and he hands me a card. The dude's deaf. And so I start reading the card and I'm like, dude, I don't have any money on me. I just gave my money to the person who I paid and I know he's seen me just buy them. So it made me feel really bad that I bought the games right in front of him. And he's like, this guy must be loaded or something. But I only got out the money that I needed from the ATM. I mean, I don't carry cash.
Did you get in the Superman punch?
No, I felt bad though. And then as he's walking away, I was like, hey man, you want a water? Totally forgetting that the dude's deaf. He can't hear me. And I was like, oh well, yeah, he's deaf. I forgot that part.
This guy here says, so many views, says, can I still call into the Skype number? No. As of today, the Skype number is obsolete. I canceled it. I canceled all the Skype stuff. Skype Premium, both the numbers for in your head, without your head. The end of an era, 508-644-8503.
I used to have
is no more.
It was like taped right up here so I could just look at the number and I know it. I won't have to remember it, but I think I took it off. So
I have your name taped here so I don't forget it.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me. You're like, I'm here with the 1-inch biceps, the Power Goat. The enforcer of the Headyverse.
I got the power toad here, or whatever.
You did ask me if I had red hair once. You're like, "Are you a ginger incher?"
I thought you are.
No, it's brown.
Are you
hair.
sure?
I'm sure.
Well, no, I think you're blonde.
I was blonde when I was originally born, but it turned brown.
Yeah, I remember.
What's that about, Lexar? What the hell's
tapping out.
Oh, I thought you farted and you're fanning it away or something.
No.
Man, Lexar's a bitch. Tapping out. What a.
No,
all right, good night.
It's just
you saying we're boring, boy? Are we boring to you, boy?
I'm gonna go weep now because my weight number is done.
Dying to call in,
You're
but
gonna go weep.
We're like trying to get away from us.
Never of calling in. Now that you know the identity of me and a couple other people.
Is he even speaking English? I don't know what he's saying.
I don't know.
I'm speaking
Spanish.
English.
What did he say? He's gonna go take a me?
Weep.
What?
Not weeping.
You're gonna weep?
Yes.
You're gonna go cry?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's
now I feel bad, Incher. Like you kicking that homeless man. I'm feeling bad here that Lexar's gonna go
kicking
cry.
the homeless man.
Yep. The phone number.
Lexar. Oh, I see. Oh, good night.
It's a joke.
Buenas noches.
Rest in peace to the phone number.
Rest in peace.
It is kind of weird to think, we had that forever.
There he goes. He's got to show the TV again.
But the one good thing is that I don't have to deal with every time they would update Skype, it would get worse.
That is nice. Hopefully Zoom doesn't go down that same road.
True. In a recent YouTube video, Incher was riding his bike around his local cemetery. Why did he do that?
Oh, I just do that for exercise. And did he watch the whole video? Because there's a bunch of American flags that they had positioned up, and I just thought people would like to see that. You didn't watch the whole
Marquis says you got rid of Twitter last year and now Skype. I mean, no, the Twitter's still there. I just haven't logged into it, but it's still up there. In a recent, we just don't. What's normal anyway?
There is no such thing as normal.
Stephen Butler, who would win in a Texas street fight between Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble?
Fred's a towering guy.
Bigger.
And
it's a big man.
I think he could overpower Barney. I don't think Barney would go down easy though. I think Barney would be quite the scrapper, but I think in the end, I think Fred
kind of a bitch. Yeah, I'm going
think
Fred.
Barney's
all the
a
way.
bitch. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think Barney's kind of a bitch.
Nah,
Barney the bitch.
Not Barney. Come on.
It's a Texas street fight. That means they could take one of those cement wheels off the car and drop it on the other guy, right?
Oh,
there you go. You kind of look like Barney, Incher.
What do you say, Fred? Hey boo, no.
Marty Van
say
Buren,
hey boo boo, but that's the.
I was thinking the same thing. Oddly enough, yeah.
They're the same voice, though, isn't it? Like almost.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Whitcomb, when are we going to see another roundtable? I would like to do that on the show. I don't know if our normal roundtable-ees are into the idea or not, but if not, I hate to replace them. But they're not into it. Boom, they're yesterday's news. We get new people. I replaced Mitten, that bitch. We'll replace these two other.
Now you're saying you
Abrams.
replaced him. You're saying I thought it was just an addition. Now you're saying you replaced him. What happened? Something happened when you went away to set up your DVR? Did he
Truth hurts.
Text?
Gotta give him the tough love. You either here or you're out. Either show up or you hit the bricks, Junior.
Shit or get off the pot.
Sing it, don't bring it. Or bring it, don't sing it. Which AEW performer would you like to manage?
Which AEW performer would I like to manage. I would
Orange
like
Cassidy. I'd be a whole fruit Jackie Jones with my man Orange Cassidy.
Sean Spears, because I have this whole storyline going on in my head. He's kind of insulted that his old manager, Tully Blanchard, has moved on to FTR, and he's kind of pissed off about that. So he takes on a new manager, and this new manager can lead him to bigger stardom, bigger, make him into a bigger star. And that's me. We'll be going on rides through the cemetery on our bikes. Yeah.
On a bike made for two.
Yeah, denying blind deaf people water after you purchase video games
in the desert.
Yeah, why couldn't the dude be blind too, and he couldn't see me buy the video games? I mean, he was only deaf.
Mike Whitcomb says Intra is definitely the in your head Barney.
What's a famous Barney line? I'm trying to think. Like, hey Fred, hey Fred.
I think it's just hey Fred,
or hey, Bam Bam. Does he say anything to Bam Bam? Because Bam Bam's his kid, right?
Hey. Yeah.
Hey.
And then it's Pebbles.
Pebbles is Fred's daughter. I have to say though, Betty, much better looking than Wilma. Or do I got that wrong? Betty Rubble. I think Betty Rubble is better than Wilma. Yeah.
You
with me on this, Vic? You with me on this?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Thank you, Vic.
You ever choked the incher to Betty?
Oh, see, you gotta go take it there, Jack. Let's just leave it alone. Yes. No, just kidding.
What's your favorite episode of the Flintstones to pleasure yourself?
Oh, good Lord. I don't know. I can't even think of a memorable Barney line.
Well, I hope it wouldn't be to a Barney line. You're like, oh.
But like Fred, he's got yabba dabba doo. I can't think of one for Barney. What does Barney say?
Fucking Barbie.
I mean, the damn alien. He has more. He says, "Hello, dum dum."
I hate the alien.
Kazoo or whatever. But Barney, what does he say?
You can shove it up his kazoo, as far as I'm concerned.
Hello, dum dum.
What's the best wrestling move?
Best wrestling.
The choke slam. I was a big fan of the choke slam, and I just watched a video recently of Vader doing the choke slam. Looked fucking awesome. No one does it like that anymore. And someone I saw was like, "Well, he hurt people." Maybe he did, but it looked pretty sweet. Bam.
Okay. Let's see. What's one of my favorite wrestling moves? I like the Canadian Destroyer. I think the Canadian Destroyer is pretty cool. I know Dustin Rhodes, he's working it into a lot of his matches anymore. Mm-hmm. I know it's kind of like the other person has to jump into it, and a lot of people say but it still looks good, I think.
I remember I pulled it off in a couple barroom brawls back in my fighting days.
Yeah. The DDT. Love the DDT.
I do too. DDT is pretty sweet. Power bomb.
Moonsault.
What? Moonsault?
Moonsault. I always thought Hugh Morris, the no laughing matter.
He did a really good moonsault. Yeah. Fly, fat ass, fly. That's what what's his name? Mark Madden used to say. Someone calling in here. JTG fan. It's an old time caller, isn't it? JTG fan.
I remember JTG fan. Don't think we ever.
Who's JTG from Crime Time?
Uh-huh. Yeah, JTG, just that good.
Yeah, is it maybe he's Marquis Dubois?
Maybe, I don't know.
JTG fan, are you there?
Hey, I finally figuring out this Zoom thing. What's going on?
How's it going?
It's good.
I haven't talked to you in eons.
Yeah, I called in like 6 years ago once, and now I finally figured out your shows on Tuesday and where I can reach you.
Very good. We've been on Tuesday for probably 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your Wednesday night show. That was a good time, but Tuesdays will work, I guess.
Excellent. Well,
move it just for JTG.
It's bad that AEW's on, because then we'd have to go on really late. I mean, you're going on late to review AEW. So.
Yeah, and it's just really a short show, usually less than an hour.
Yeah.
It's just because I remember it quickly and I can just jump on and do it quick.
It's fresh in your memory.
Yeah, otherwise I'll forget.
Yeah.
Anything on your mind, JTG fan, before we get to more of these questions?
Oh, no, I just wanted to see how this Zoom thing worked and get my voice on here again.
All right, very good.
You are a Zoomer.
And keep up.
Who's zooming who?
Totally.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Dobbs wants to know, how is everyone on the panel tonight?
Pretty good. I'm good.
Good. I'm cold though. I'm good. That's why I got this jacket. I thought it was funny because I'm wearing my new Orange Cassidy shirt, and this goes with it. But I'm also cold.
Now you think you're lucky stars that you have it.
Mm-hmm. How everyone good? Could you ask them if they'd have any sexual intercourse this year?
Wow.
He's a really lonely, horny man. I've learned, Dobbs.
Yeah.
Marty Van Buren on an exclusive Heady cruise. What kind of entertainment and activities would be available for the Headyverse members loaded enough to buy a ticket?
Well, my friends, we would have none other than a tournament for No Mercy. Who's the best No Mercy player on the N64?
I think a dunk tank.
Dunk tank would be good.
Can you have a dunk tank on a cruise?
They have pools.
What if the dunk tank, instead of just falling into like a tank, they just fall into the ocean?
You just leave them in the ocean? Isn't that murder?
Well, they can get back on if they're skilled, or you could throw them a life jacket or something.
Murderer.
High stakes.
Murder. Yeah, I think if you're out in the sea, it's legal, isn't it?
High stakes dunk tank. It's like, please, man, don't throw that ball. I really don't want it to die. It's just like, no, I'm throwing the ball because I hate you.
How about the PAFO photo op? You take it's a photo op of you trying to, whoever, you try to perform the PAFO.
Here's mine thing.
Uh-huh.
Mine is, you got to do a kip up. I think it would be a funny video. Like, see who can do a kip up.
Who do you think could do a kip up of the Headyverse?
Maybe Damien.
Damien Sandow?
Damien. He doesn't have a last name, does he? Is it Smith?
The Antichrist?
No, what's his name? The dude that calls in Damien.
I know. I'm just being an ass.
I don't know his last name.
Yeah, you think he's athletic?
They look pretty put together. Can you do a kip up?
They're all a bunch of schlubs, really, in the Headyverse. Nothing against them, but I don't know.
See, that would be the funny part, just to see them try.
Right.
Like, people trying to do the kip up that just can't. I think that would be funny.
Right. Because like Beef's like he's jacked, but I don't think he's athletic enough to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a little practice to perfect it. So.
Well, you could show everybody at the.
I can't hear. I don't have the room.
I mean, when we do it
on the Heady cruise,
you can show them how to do it.
I don't think my PayPal's even got up for me to watch Raw. Never mind to go on a cruise. Man, bunch of broke ass bitches out there. Bums. Van Buren, if you will, what is your thoughts on Rikishi? I always liked Rikishi.
Yeah, Rikishi's good.
Back that ass up.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good photo op if we got Rikishi and you could do a stink face photo op.
Who's paying money for that?
I'm sure somebody would, to be honest. How about we'll get Tori Wilson and she can do a Bronco Buster photo op. Or did she do the stink face too?
It just depends.
Man, I think we'd sell boatloads of tickets. A Rikishi stink face photo op. Remember that guy? He's like the who's that guy that he has that picture in bed with Sonny? He's like the autograph seeking guy.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know his name though.
A big smile on his face.
Uh-huh.
He has a picture of me, honestly, on his autograph thing.
Excellent.
Could Marty Jannetty fill the void of Billy Jack Haynes? I think he's more lovable. Billy Jack's kind of creepy, but even when Jannetty says something really like bad, like he's still like a lovable guy, I think.
He's kind of got the charisma to like get away with some of the crazy stuff.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem as dangerous. I think like I don't think Jannetty's gonna go kill somebody.
Like
I could see probably.
It's kind of what Buggsy was talking about. Would you just go and attack Billy Jack Haynes?
No, because I would think he's legit crazy. But yeah, but Jannetty's a different kind. Like I kind of think I don't think he's the stuff when he posts. I don't think he really buys.
Like I don't think you would like fully try to take on Marty Jannetty, but like you could probably joke around and be like, "Hey man, I'm gonna wrestle you" or something. But like,
yeah, Billy Jack would really like he if you started to, he seems crazy enough that he would go to
probably
battles.
kill you just for even trying.
Marty Van Buren, fuck, marry, kill Tony Khan, Aubrey Edwards, and Tony Schiavone.
I want to kill any of those guys.
Yeah.
I don't either. I'm gonna. This is my new pet answer for some of these. I'm gonna go Mormon and marry all of them. It'll be a nice, happy family. Me, Aubrey Edwards, Tony Schiavone, and Tony Khan. We'll go live up in Utah next to Robbie Scar.
It's real funny for some reason.
I'll kill Tony.
Whoa.
Because he didn't invite us to any of the star cast or whatever. So he's dead.
Okay. Tony Khan or Tony Schiavone?
Tony Khan.
Okay.
Tony Schiavone. Guess I would marry Tony. Because he's smart. Right. He goes to work for Starbucks if you need some insurance.
That's true. He'll make you some coffee. You don't even drink coffee, but I do.
But he's looking out for everybody's insurance. So and then Audrey Edwards. She's a lucky lady.
Marty Van Buren,
or like if you're doing something wrong, or just like no, this isn't how it's done. It's like,
how many licks does it take to get to the center of Penelope Ford's pop?
I'm going to say
this goes back to the WAP song.
Probably. Let's go with 462.
Marty Jannetty, with firings at the drop of a dime, no health benefits, and no loyalty, are WWE wrestlers poster children for America's broken corporate economy? That's a depressing question. Vic Schiavone, if Dominic how do you say the last name? Dominic Dijakovic. And Mia Yim Mia Yim decide to kill Vince McMahon, do you think it's justifiable homicide? They'll be like just like New Jack.
Is that a story?
Are they?
They want to kill Vince
Well, I think-
McMahon?
Dominic was T-Bar, which makes no sense because everybody knows who he was on NXT.
So
the
he's
great
T-Bar.
the great feud
And his
he
mi-
had on NXT with Keith Lee, and now he's T-Bar. They shaved his head, put him in a mask.
Oh, they shaved his head.
They shaved his head, put makeup on him.
Jeez.
It's ridiculous.
Is Mia Yim Slapjack?
I don't know what her name
Maybe she's
was.
Mace.
But I heard that, like,
Well,
on NXT,
Dio Madden was.
And they wear masks just like the guy from the Batman movie there, Bane. Very
Bane.
topical.
that was like 2 movies.
Someone in WWE really loves that movie because they had that one time when Moxley turned heel, he was wearing the Bane jacket.
Mm-hmm. He had a mask on for a little bit too.
Yeah, Bruce, maybe you saw that movie recently. Like, man, this will be make great wrestling. All the kids love it.
I saw a thing on Twitter though that said earlier this evening that Stephanie Levesque had sold 43% of her stock in WWE in the last couple of days. So maybe she wants to kill Vince. So.
Maybe.
Oh my.
John Barker, Jack, if you caught Incher with another podcaster, what would you do? Kill him. Who do you think is the better lover, Steven or Vic?
Vic.
Vic's Italian.
Yeah.
Brainer.
And Steven's not here, so.
Yeah, he
tapped
tapped
out.
out, so he clearly doesn't have the stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Incher, would you feel comfortable changing in front of Jack?
Well, I feel comfortable. You've seen me without my shirt on before. But like taking it all the way off, probably not, because I'd be too scared. You'd pull out a camera and try to get a picture of my ding-a-ling. And then like, look at this, ow, look what I got.
That's your boy.
No, it's not. It's your boy.
Which diva would Jack and Incher double team?
Pretty much all of them. Is there anyone that you probably refuse? Nia Jax. I do Nia Jax. Yeah, what the hell?
What male wrestler would Jack and Incher double team?
Why do you read that all the way through and realize that they're setting us up for something? Vince
Bobby
McMahon.
Eaton.
Bobby
Would you high five?
Eaton.
Would you?
Good Lord.
Would you high five? I think it's a funny answer. Would you high five and cheer each other on?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. Like, yeah, that's the way to go, Incher. Then it's not gay either.
Mm-hmm.
What legends would be a good fit for AEW?
What legends would be a good fit for AEW? I think they work really well with a lot of their legends that they have on now. So just about any of them would come in, and I think they would be.
I agree. Someone a good talker, I think.
Yeah. Somebody who's out there right now that I think would be a good fit for AEW. Yeah, I guess you'd have to make them a manager because they're not like in their prime or anything. I mean, God, I'm trying to think of somebody who hasn't passed on.
I wanted to say Piper, but obviously,
yeah, I was thinking like Humperdinck, but he's not with us anymore. So, Magnum TA.
Interesting. I like it. I'd like to see DDP on there more often. I always liked his appearances.
I think Medusa, she should have like more of a role on the program.
That's a good one.
Is
I would
she,
like that, yeah.
Is she still involved with them? She showed up to one
I
of
don't
their
think
shows
so. I
once.
think she just did the one appearance, yeah. But
Yeah.
I would like that. I think Ricky Morton.
Yeah, that would be good.
I think he could be good as a manager, and he can also still get in the ring and do, you know, like a 6-man or something if he's managing a team, you know, every once in a while and all the time. Is Robert Budzinski, is it okay to take a wee-wee in the shower?
Yeah, because nobody knows.
Yeah. Well, I have a track 24/7, but yeah, it's fine.
Hey, you don't.
Dobbs, yeah. I'll send you. You got to subscribe, Andrew.
No, you don't.
Dobbs Dean Maya, do you eat to live or do you live to eat? I don't think it's an either or. I don't think you have to live your whole life to eat, but I also don't think you have to just eat to live.
I mean, how can you not enjoy food? I mean,
yeah,
I think like
kind of psychopath.
Like the very essence, like you're not going to like eat something that you don't enjoy, you know? So it's like, how can you not enjoy food? You know, I mean, on some level, you enjoy eating that food. I mean, I know you need to live to eat it, but this is a food that you enjoy. You're not going to just grab something that you don't like.
Tony Oberstar, which 3 members of the Headyverse not named Jujubee would you bump uglies with?
Oh my Lord, what's with all these questions tonight? Jeez. Pass. I'm just going to
Go 13. Jason
Pass.
Mitten.
I don't even know what Go
Dobbs.
I'm very superficial.
I just thought he's a cartoon character.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture of Golgo.
I haven't either. That's interesting. I wonder what he does look like.
Very elusive. Vic, your feelings aren't hurt, are they?
Me?
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
Not at all.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Dodge Dean Maya, why is it called the Irish Whip? Because it's drunk.
I don't know. I wonder why they gave it the Irish Whip name. Sounds nice.
Maybe the original wrestler did it was an Irish guy.
Could be.
I don't know. Would that be weird if someone that used to be someone's finisher like back in the day was just the Irish Whip?
Well, they just sling them to the rope and they just keep running back and forth. They never stop.
And then they just fall eventually and they pin them.
Yeah.
All right. You ready, Incher?
I don't know.
Keel Callahan.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Come on. Let's see.
He only has 13.
13 questions.
Yes, it's not too bad. Whoops. I was trying to get the Nikhil thing in here. Let's see. Spotlight. Boom. Who will MJF recruit in his new faction?
Brian Pillman Jr.
That'd be good. I wish they wouldn't have made him look like such a goober, though.
Yeah. Well, this will give him a new edge. That's my guess.
Okay. That's a good pick, though. I can see it. I think he's gonna have Wardlow in it.
It's a safe, yeah.
Who will win the ratings war tonight? AEW 1 Hour Dynamite special or in your head? Booyah.
Take that, AEW.
Team Retribution versus Team WWE potentially at Survivor Series. Is that something you're looking forward to? Nope.
No. I like the whole Retribution team. I just don't care about. Maybe when they start doing stuff, I'll like them better, but I don't like them so far. We've seen this several times. Nexus and everything else.
Yeah, it's a done to death gimmick. WWE Network have now added WWE Velocity. Is this something you will watch? Nope.
Like a new program, Velocity?
No, the old classic
The
Velocity.
old school? Oh, okay. I won't watch it, but I think it's neat that they added it.
What are your thoughts on Retribution's names for some of their members? The shits.
It sounds pretty bad, yeah.
Once Pac returns, do you think we will see Pac, Lucha Brothers versus Eddie Kingston, Butcher, and Blade? That's interesting because they did when he was there. They were putting together that 6-man, which I did think was a pretty good group.
The Death Triad, wasn't it?
Yeah, interesting. That could be good though. I think.
I think they'll just let it go though. Who knows when Pac will be back?
Yeah, and I understand that it's the traveling. Was there real excitement for wrestling during the Monday Night Wars? Oh yeah, of course.
You would hear people talk about it, just like going to the grocery store and stuff. Yeah, there was excitement for it.
Oh yeah,
wrestling shirts everywhere. You don't see that anymore.
Oh yeah, I never saw, honestly, even during the 80s when wrestling was big, I never saw so many wrestling shirts as I did during that time.
Then again, they didn't sell a whole lot though in the 80s. Like they didn't have
it's harder to get.
Like
you kind of had to go to the show or send for one.
Yeah,
but still, I did still see them though. Do you think AEW surpassed expectations?
Not yet.
No, but I think depending on what your expectations were. But I'm glad that it's doing well.
Yeah,
because I think some people expected just to die, so I would surpass that. It's hard to even say that now, though. After COVID, it's hard to judge anything because there's no crowd or anything. Who will win the NXT #1 contenders match? Bronson Reed, Timothy Thatcher, Kyle O'Reilly, Cameron Grimes, or Kushida? Who?
Cameron Grimes, because they haven't let him win anything yet.
I don't even know who these people are. The only one I honestly don't know who any of them are. I'll say Bronson Pinchot will win.
Was that even a name?
Yeah, he was on Perfect Strangers.
Oh.
Do you think did you like the World War III concept? I like the idea, but it's this weird thing now. I've seen people say, like, and not even joking, that it was better than the Royal Rumble. And it wasn't. It was always very bad. It was a bad show.
The 3 rings and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was never done well. I like the idea, the concept, but it was never done well. And
Hard
the triple
Rumble for me.
Bad. It wasn't good. Will Incher buy a PlayStation 5?
Yes, I've pre-ordered one. You can see it on my video, Nikhil. Check it out on YouTube. 1-inch biceps. Check it out.
Do you snore?
Yes.
Really?
Do you snore?
No. I used to. Your thoughts on WWE wines? That was all of Nikhil, actually.
That was all of his questions?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Nikhil.
Good man. And thanks the In Your Head sign guy here. Jobs wants to know our thoughts on the In Your WWE wines. Are you going to buy some of these wines, Incher? I know you're a big drinker. There's an Undertaker wine.
No.
And the Ultimate Warrior wine.
No.
So you can get the Ultimate Warrior 2019 Zinfandel. Or you can get the Undertaker, the Phenom Crew.
No, I'm good.
They sell those.
What?
The Phenom Crew?
Man, I'm going to get myself one.
Like right now?
How much are they?
I don't know.
I don't see a price. $100 plus shipping. You can take that and shove it.
There's only so far you're willing to go to spend on a WWE wine, you know.
Dorian Doc Patel. What's worse, Retribution or the Dungeon of Doom? Retribution by far. I actually enjoyed the Dungeon of Doom. This shit I don't even watch.
Yeah. I'm going to say Retribution. I don't think I even watched the Dungeon of Doom, but I'm going to say Retribution.
What?
I never watched back then.
What?
Okay.
Owl, is Incher proud to be white?
What kind of question is that?
Tyler Stevens, favorite Randy Orton moment.
Oh, there's been like an RKO out of nowhere that's been pretty good. Those are always good when he first comes back.
I think his Twitter is pretty sweet. But yeah, the RKO. Yeah, there's been a lot of those that have been really cool.
Mm-hmm.
John Kinney.
Oh, when he did it to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, what was it, like 28 or something like that? When Seth Rollins and them had their match.
Bump it up, bump it up.
And like Seth Rollins jumped off the top rope and he did the RKO on him. I thought that was really good.
Marquis Dubois, he says, LOL, the blue guy is still at it. Also, he brought up MJF and FTR in the faction. Interesting. John Kinney, who do you think the real father of Rey Mysterio's daughter is?
It's Rey Mysterio.
Bob Orton, senior or junior, I mean. Bob Orton. Randy's dad. Cowboy Bob.
Oh, Randy. I don't know what to tell you.
Who's getting Randy?
I have a daughter with Rey Mysterio's wife. Whatever her name is. Oops.
Dobbs. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, oops.
A question for distinguished panel members. What the fuck is that behind you?
Well, I see Salem's Lot bus. I see Anthony Perkins. That's a candle. Anthony Perkins.
That's a painting.
Salem's Lot
painting.
poster.
It's hand painted for me. Salem's Lot VHS tape.
Okay, that's nice. Evil Boy.
That's a movie we're giving out on Without Your Head.
I see the Universal Monsters. Frankenstein, Wolfman, Mummy, Dracula. I see a movie called Fright. I don't know what that is.
Fright?
No, the one that you pointed that was by your head, the other side. That's in front of Anthony Perkins.
This here, that's Alien.
It's an alien. Oh, it's hard for me to make it out. Oh, okay. All righty.
It's actually an alien pencil sharpener.
That's cool.
I don't see anything called Fright, though. Skull, yeah.
Like, what's that? It's by your shoulder on your other side.
Oh, I see. That's a book. Fright Favorites from Turner Classic Movies.
I thought it was a movie. And just a bunch of other horror. American Psycho, I see up there.
Yeah, American Psycho. I put that there when we interviewed the writer. Big Trouble in Little China, board game, Skull, Toot Strudels. My trophy for best documentary up here is this is pretty cool. Nail in the Coffin. That's the Vampiro documentary. This is a limited edition box, and it comes with a bunch of stuff. We'll be giving that away on Without Your Head.
Neato.
This is a Toxic Avenger painting here.
Awesome.
Creep Show on VHS. A Macho Madness pencil holder.
Oh, yeah.
Roddy Piper VHS over here. Sent by Tyler. It's a live VHS tape. Screaming for Pleasure book. The Thing. Oh, that's a game as well. Behind me, can't quite see it, is Reed Unbound. It's a Joel Reed documentary that stars this guy.
Bam.
Right.
I got a special pair of socks over here in my background.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that the one that you in?
You're going to feel bad about that in a minute.
Why? Oh, look, he's got pants on. Lex, I was thinking you didn't have pants on. Oh man, those are the socks. I sent those to Incher, and clearly he's never worn them, but he kept them, so that's nice.
That's the Mega Man socks you bought me. I want to
Yep.
keep them pristine.
Very nice. He never thanked me.
Well, thank you for the socks. I think
Welcome.
you.
It was like 5 years ago, but yeah, you're welcome. No, it's cool. I'm glad that you kept them. I'm glad that you kept them. I thought it was a very thoughtful gift.
Yeah, I like
Pretty
them.
awesome.
I got the mini TurboGrafx 16. That's a Japanese Turbo Duo R. Starlink. Just various video games. My TV. Kermit the Frog. I don't know if you can see Kermit or not in the reporter thing. And that's just basically my room. So this up here, that's something my niece drawed me. She colored it in. It's like a gingerbread man, I believe. That's the poster of like wrestlers who passed on that we bought I bought it at one of the conventions. Did you buy one?
I think I did actually. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, I hung it up on my door there. Punch out sign. Let's see. Ooh, Haunted Castle sign. And that's a Zelda sign there. Zelda like Wind Waker thing.
There's a clock.
There's a clock, yes. With cables hanging down from my wall. There's Kermit. You can see Kermit right there.
Oh yeah. What is he?
He's in his reporter outfit.
Interesting.
See? Kermit the Frog here reporting to you.
I mean, it's like a mug.
Yeah, I got stuff hanging out.
Yeah, I like it. I approve.
Kermit. Muppet News.
Very nice. Gogo says awesome socks.
Thank you, Gogo.
Thoughtful man. Mm-hmm. Marquis Dubois says, has Incher or Jack ever done the Muscle Man dance on cam?
I don't think we have.
I'm not sure what that is. I think that's something Bray Wyatt did, isn't it?
Yeah, during the John Cena thing. How did the Muscle Man dance go?
So you might remember because you're a big Mark.
What?
Al Oob, what's worse, WWE Creative or Facebook's new layout? I've actually gotten used to the new layout. I didn't like it, but I've gotten used to it. But the creative's pretty bad.
I don't know. Facebook, I haven't really bothered too much with. Is there a way you can choose like the classic look?
Not anymore.
Yeah, but
not anymore.
You could for a while.
I haven't really noticed it though.
Dobbs Dean Maya, the fire of London was a good thing as it cleared all the diseases. Do you think fire could get rid of the corona?
The fire of London?
Yeah, I don't think we want like just the world to burn. So we
no.
Well, it got rid of the bubonic plague because it killed all the rats. That wouldn't work with the corona.
I don't think, no.
Frank O'Brien, Incher's boy. Can OIB get Jack to play games again? PayPal. No, I honestly don't have the time to do that. Nothing against it takes up too much time. Owloop, are you going to stay up and watch Late Night Dynamite?
It's on right now.
We're both DVRing
recording it.
Dobbs wants to know, what would Intra do if a Hebrew Israelite called him a damn devil? What?
Yeah,
if Intra,
what's his gimmick back there, Dobbs?
Al, if Intra walked in on Jack banging his wife, how pissed would Jack be that Intra didn't stay in his office while they did their thing?
Who asked this? Al.
Yeah.
And he's my boy, as you describe him. That's something my boy would ask. Is that what you said?
Well, I mean, Marty Van Buren, I do declare the watch AEW
You see, the
Dark
person
from
that
tonight.
you claim my boy just wants to try to get you to play video games. The person that I claim as your boy, you ask all these insulting things.
Well, he is your boy.
And you ask the questions.
Marty Van Buren, I do declare the watch AEW Dark from tonight. It was better than most editions. Big Willem one. Okay. Thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah. It's just hard for me to get in the habit of watching AEW Dark on YouTube,
I agree.
It's like you gotta,
Frank,
it's no set time. You just gotta go watch it. You just don't remember.
Frank O'Brien, as I mentioned, your boy. Should AEW do a deal with Billy Corgan to do an AEW presented NWA Hall of Fame, wherein Cody and Dustin could reinduct their father and highlight their actual good part of his career?
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't call it the NWA Hall of Fame. I just call it the Wrestling Hall of Fame, though, if you're into it.
Just be yeah.
Al Ulb, debatably Intra's boy, we'll call him. Would Intra wrestle Tazo the Greek the old-fashioned Greek way? Is it naked?
No, I don't want to wrestle Tazo naked.
He'd probably catch something. I don't know about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Marty Van Buren, would Intra or Jack ever consider orchestrating a faux or real romance to get onto 90 Day Fiance? Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. We actually, back in the day, we had toyed around with the idea of us saying we're going to get married for publicity.
I'm glad we didn't go that route, though.
That's true. Yeah,
because really bad nowadays.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we did consummate it, but
no. Don't laugh at that, Vic. Stop it. Stop it, Vic. Stop. It's not that funny. Good man. Good man.
Here's more of Intra's boy, Frank O'Brien. Did Jack drop all the way to avoid a rematch with OIB in the heavyweight division? Well, I think we both lost weight, so we might have, when we do the match, it might be in the cruiser.
I was 194 Sunday when I weighed myself, 194 pounds.
Frank O'Brien, again, Intra's boy. Can Jack dress his mom as the $1 Million Man for Halloween after her scratch ticket win? And can OIB be in blackface be her Virgil? This is your boy asking this.
I'm not doing that. No way. That's no. Not
that was really your boy too. That was Brains. Gonna keep him in line, Intra. Little paint
Brains. You should know that's a no.
Maybe it's fine wherever he lives. Isn't he from Brazil or something?
I'm not sure.
Kai Spires, would Jack and Intra visit one of the fine working women in the legal brothels in my town for sexy good time?
Nah.
A little.
I know what it means. No.
PayPal me.
You gotta pay you for that. You're on PayPal for everything.
Al, would you rather drink a cup of piss or a cup of spit?
Yeah, I guess the spit, but
I mean, you'd think that, but it actually has more. be more harmful to you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
isn't piss
You're
sterile?
more likely to catch something, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not doing either one. So, Jason Mitten.
That's
since
not
Neil
that's not
replaced-
the answer. You gotta have a choice.
Nope. Jason Mitten. Since Neil replaced me on With That Your Head as his critic, will Jack ever we already did this one. But just for the record, even though Jason is kind of a bitch right now, even asking that, and he probably deserves, not like beaten heavily, but smacked around a little bit. He's not been replaced. There's in addition to Jason Mitten, in addition to the headless critic.
He's hurt. Jason, my shoulder's right here, my man. You can come talk to me. I'm going to steal your young boy, Jack.
Take him.
I'm going to
He
steal
betrayed me.
your young boy.
You'd be having my sloppy seconds.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he has to win me over again. Brian, speaking of young boys, here's your young boy, Intra. Brian Matthew Clutter. Is Intra going to try to get one of the limited edition Super Mario Brothers game and watch units?
I do plan on trying to get one of those. I think they're pretty sweet. Don't know when they're out, but yeah, you can play Mario 1 and 2, the one that wasn't released here in the United States until Mario All-Stars. But I think it does look pretty neat. So looking forward to that when Nintendo releases them. They've been really, scarce on the details about that. They just say it's going to be out in November. So we'll see. We'll see.
So Intra tonight, Buggsy McGraw's Good Times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Coming up on this same program, Butcher Vachon of the famous Vachon wrestling family.
Excellent. Excellent.
The Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez, will be returning.
Always good to talk to Manny.
A person I'm not familiar with. I'm going to have to do a lot of research on. Ken the Frogman LeBlanc, who wrestled Steve Austin in his very first match, will be on this program.
Oh, cool. I wonder if that was on. I got like an old school Steve Austin like best of tape, and it was like
It probably would have been in Texas.
It was Texas stuff, like his stuff he did with what's his name, Chris Adams.
Yeah, Chris Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It,
so yeah, it's
there's a
possible
lot of that
it's on there.
footage. I'll have to check that DVD, see if that's on there.
Sunny the California Girl from the original Glow will be coming to the show.
Oh, cool.
And this is very cool. WWE legend, Hall of Famer, longtime employee, Tony Gurria is coming to Without Your Head. That'll be live. We have that one already confirmed, October 13th, Tuesday here on the show.
Heck yeah.
And more to come. So big thanks to Bob Johnson and Bruce Hart for setting these up.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Bruce Hart might be returning too as well.
That'd be good.
Yeah, because Bruce has taken I don't know if he quit the show or if he's taken time off of his podcast, and so these are friends of the Bruce Hart podcast, Heartbeat, and they're friends of ours, and so a lot of the guests that were going to be on there are coming on here. So it's going to be good.
Excellent.
Yes. By the way, I saw Hannibal was replying to some In Your Head shows.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. So thanks, Hannibal. He said, great job. So cool. Thanks, Hannibal. That was nice of you.
Thank you. Excellent. I like Hannibal's stuff. I check out his channel all the time.
He's got a lot of content up there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, Intro. I'm loving this shirt.
Orange Cassidy.
It's very cute. I think it's cute even if you didn't know who Orange Cassidy was, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it doesn't have like offensive words scribbled all over it, like a lot of wrestling shirts do nowadays.
That's true. Yeah, it just says freshly squeezed at the bottom, which I think is also cute.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. All right, Inchman. Anything else you wanted to add? Want to tell the world out there?
Just, be good to everybody. Love one another. And watch as much wrestling as you can.
Hey, pal.
You're right.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching. PayPal me without your head at gmail.com. RenJonesy1 at msn.com. If I get to $10 by Monday, I'm going to watch Raw and review it. If I get to $20 by this Friday, not only will I watch Raw this coming Monday, I'll watch SmackDown this Friday. And if we get all the way up to $30, I'm going to watch Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And if somehow we get to $50, I'm going to watch all that, and I'll even watch Impact. I'll review all of them on the show.
How much to get you to watch the pay-per-view on Sunday?
I'll be honest. I watch the pay-per-views anyway.
I will say, if you actually do, well, I don't know about currently. I don't know the Impact nowadays, but I was going to say you'd probably enjoy Impact, but I don't know about these current shows. They haven't been so hot, so I'm not going to say that. But
all right.
See, it's kind of a shame because in the past, I think you would have enjoyed the Impact shows more so than the WWE shows.
Yeah, probably hard not to. That stuff was bad.
But I don't know about current day. I'll have to catch up on my Impact. I know I said.
And I am in talks. I don't know if we can do it, but hopefully, it won't be on a Tuesday because he works on Tuesday. But a current Impact employee that I'm friends with, he may have even asked a question earlier on the show. Is going to try to come on for October for a Halloween special, which will be fun.
Excellent.
But we don't know if he's allowed to. But hopefully, we can work it out.
Excellent.
He has cool new shirts out as well.
So we just got small details on this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's been on before. Father James Mitchell will be very cool. If we can work it out, he's going to come back. He's going to come on the show, and that'll be very exciting.
Oh, excellent.
And if not, still, I recommend his new shirts. They're very cool. He's a good guy. I chat with him every once in a while. All right, Incher. What do you think?
Last I saw of him on Impact, he was banished into a desert or something, and then
really?
Or they sent him to heaven. I think it was weird, but anyways, and he was it was kind of funny. It was a funny skit.
I'm a big fan of his.
Oh yeah,
that would be a good guy for if he's not being used in Impact. I'd love to see him in AEW.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You put some of your evil doers with him.
Mm-hmm.
You good stuff. All right, guys. What do you think? Inchman, you good?
I'm good. Had fun. I'm ready to do it again next week.
All right. We may be having Butcher Vachon on next week. We'll find out. Check it out here. We can work it out. They'll be on video. Some of the guys, they are familiar with Zoom. We'll have them on the show like we had tonight. Either way, it'll be good times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Job well done on that, Jack.
Thank you. I am gonna read the book as well, and we're gonna get Buggsy back and talk about some stuff out of the book. I think that'll be fun.
Most definitely.
All right, Incher. Keep your nose clean.
Stay out of trouble. What you got there, Vic?
What's this?
My shameless plug time tomorrow night, EWA Arena, Hail to the King tournament.
Empire Wrestling Alliance. I do like that name.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so hopefully that goes well.
Yeah, good luck on that.
Thank you. All right, let me turn this off. Okay, guys, thank you. And don't forget, every Tuesday night here, 9 p.m. Eastern, come and join In Your Head Incher. Listen to me and the 1-inch biceps and all the Headyverse talking about wrestling. You even hear us talk about more wrestling if you PayPal me some money, and I'll talk about all these other shows that I don't currently watch. But even if you don't, You'll hear us talk about stuff. We'll answer questions. We're going to have guests maybe semi-regularly here on the show. You're going to see cats. It's a good time, Incher. Wednesday nights, for the most part, I'm going to come on after AEW and review AEW, but it's usually a very quick show because just me and so I don't forget because I'm an old man, and I'll review briefly AEW wrestling because I enjoy that show. In your head, Incher. Do it. Oh, man. I'm going to do a Tatanka War Chant before the end of the year, right for Go-Go 13. If my PayPals get up to $100 for the year.
Not
He's
all about
not
the
a week.
PayPal money.
I think it's a good bit on the show.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
think it's a
let's get
good
out of here.
bit. I see.
Yeah, it's just for entertainment.
Just entertainment, yeah.
It'd be more entertaining if the money starts flying in. I mean, that would be fun. Just think how entertaining it'll be on the show. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Trying to end this. It won't end. There we go.